Right. Then, good evening, children. Then, all of you take out your books and get ready. I think you are doing well, Mohammed. Right. Then, take out your books and get ready, children. Then, today we are going to start from civic education. Then, all of you take out your books and get ready. Still, we are talking about this lesson, Putala. Still, we are talking about unit number 3, our culture, right? Our culture. Unit number 3, our culture, right? Then take out your books and get ready there. Then last day we started this lesson, children, and we identified what is culture. අපි කතා කරා මොකක්ද මේ culture කියන්නේ කියලා. I think there are some newcomers also today. I again forward that recording into the group, okay? මම පාරක් දාන්නම්. day 1 එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න උදේ එක බලලා. Please complete your works, right? ඒක ටික කරගන්න. Right. Then children, today we are going to talk about the rest part of this one. Actually, last day we talked about some definitions regarding culture, right? Definitions means when you watch the culture again. What is culture? And we talk about the elements of culture, right? Sanskriti and we talk about this one. I told you that definitely it will be asked in the exam. The definition given by the EB Taylor on culture, right? Then there's a conversation here. Through that conversation, we learn a lot about the culture and the elements of culture, right? And right. Then at the end of the session, we talk about elements of culture, right? We talk about this one. Then you know that in each and every culture there are some common elements. And also some specific ones. Right? They are unique to a particular culture. Young Sanskrit clear? Then children, the next part, today lesson, come to page number 81, right? Page number 81. Features common to all cultures, right? Features common to all cultures. That means Sama Sanskritika Padu Lakshan, right? Features common to all cultures. Then all of you listen carefully. Again, right? Culture may differ from society to society. Children, culture may differ from society to society. That means think about single community, right? The Tamil community, Islam, or the Muslim community, right? And when we talk about the and the Catholic community also, then when we talk about religion-wise, we can find out the Buddhist culture, right? The Hindu culture, Islamic culture, from society to society, it will differ. Culture will differ. Culture therefore, one culture differs from another. Right? They may differ from one another. Then, however, there are also many features common to all cultures. Then, for example, language, right? The element language is a common thing, right? Element language is the element of culture, right? Sanskriti angyak language then from society to society, the religion that they use may differ. Then, but the element language is common to all. Element clear? Religion. All the think about Buddhists, think about the Hindus, think about the Islamic people and the Catholic Christian people, right? They are following a religion. So religion is a common thing. But they may differ from society to society. Perform right? Customs and traditions. You know that each and every society has customs and traditions. But they may differ from Society to society. සමාජයෙන් සමාජයට වෙනස් වෙනවා. Clear? Think about the customs we perform in our New Year season. Think about the customs performed by the Hindus in when they are celebrating festivals like Thai Pongal, right? Think about the Islamic people, how they celebrate Ramadan. Their customs and traditions may differ from society to society. පුතාලා. එහෙනම් මේ සිරිත් පිරිත් කියන දේවල් සමාජයෙන් සමාජයට වෙනස් වෙනවා. But the customs or tradition, that element is common. ඒ element එක හැමෝගෙම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Clear? Right. Then cultural features, සංස්කෘතික ලක්ෂණ, right? Then think about the arts and crafts. අපි කලා මූර්ති ගත්තොත් එහෙම in each and every religion, in each and every culture, we can find out arts and crafts. කලා මූර්ති වගේ දේවල් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. It's a common element. ඒක පොදු අංගයක්. But how they perform will differ. හැබැයි ඒක ඒගොල්ලෝ කරන විදිහ මොදෙන්නේ වෙනස් වෙනවා. Clear? Rituals වතාවක් පුතේ අපි කරන එක වතාවක්, right? They may also differ. Are common to all cultures. දැන් මේ කියන elements ටික, these elements are common to all cultures, right? හැම සංස්කෘතියකම දැක ගන්න පුළුවන්. But how they perform will differ. හැබැයි ඒගොල්ලෝ කරන විදිහ තමයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. The element is common. Element එක සමානයි. පොදුයි. Right? Then children, next part, especially විශේෂයෙන්ම as a member of a multicultural society, it is important to identify features unique to each culture. එක් එක් සංස්කෘතියට පුතා අනන්‍ය වෙච්ච ඒවා අපි අඳුන ගන්න ඕනේ, as well as features common to all cultures, right? Features common to all cultures can be identified by studying the diagram given below. Right. Then you have given some features common to all cultures, right? මෙන්න මේ සෑම සංස්කෘතියකම පුතේ පොදු ලක්ෂණ ටිකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. And you have given the element here. මෙන්න element එක තියෙනවා. Right? Look at here. The element is education. අන්න මොකද අංගය? අධ්‍යාපනය. Right? Then how they perform. ඒගොල්ලෝ කරන්නේ කොහොමද ඒක? Education, bestowing culture, right? Then think about societies, right? අපි ජන සමාජයෙන් ගත්තාම from society to society from country to country, how they give education, right? The way they give education will differ. අධ්‍යාපන දෙන විදිහ වෙනස් වෙනවා. But education is common to all. හැබැයි අධ්‍යාපනය කියන දේ හැමෝටම පොදුයි, right? Based on culture. සංස්කෘතිය පවරා දීම. In each and every culture, we can find out that one. From elders to the younger generation, they transfer their cultures, right? එයාලගේ සංස්කෘතිය පවරා දෙනවා නේද? වැඩිහිටියෝ පාලකරන කරවල. Then customs, සිරිත් පිරිත් කියන දේවල්. Then respecting elders, දෙමව්පියන්ට අපි කියනවා මොකද්ද? මෙන්න මේවා. ගරු කිරීම වගේ දේවල්, right? Food and beverages, අපේ ආහාර පාන නේද? Examples ගත්තොත් මේ rice, vegetables, fruits thing. මේ වගේ දේවල්, right? Then these are education, customs, food and beverages. These are actually some common elements of culture. මේ සංස්කෘතියේ පොදු ලක්ෂණ ටිකක්. පොදු අංගයන් ටිකක්. Clear? Okay. Then children, first of all, we have to write down some common features of culture, right? අපිට ටිකක් ලියා ගනිමු මෙන්න. All of you take out your writing books and write this question to them. Write down some features that are common to, write down some, write down some features that are common to all cultures. Common to all cultures. Write down some features that are common to all cultures. Right. Okay, let's put with the answers, children. Okay, let's find some of them. We are going to them. Education, customs and traditions, food and beverages, arts and crafts, language, bhasha. Right, I think time is enough for them. I think, yeah. Right. Let's go to the next part. Okay, children. Then these are some common features of each and every culture, right? Then, okay. Next part. Features is specific to each culture, right? Features is specific to each culture. That means යම් සංස්කෘතික සුවිශේෂ වෙච්ච කාරණා ටික ලක්ෂණ ටික බලමු. මම තියෙන කියලා බලමු. Let's look at them. You have already learned that there are features common to all cultures. We can also notice features specific to each culture, right? පුතේ පොදු ලක්ෂණ වගේම හරි like the common ones. Okay, there are some unique ones to each culture. මේ හැම සංස්කෘතියකම පුතේ පොදු වෙච්ච ලක්ෂණ වගේම සුවිශේෂී වෙච්ච ඒවාත් තියෙනවා. Right? Now we are going to talk about that part. Ethnicity, ජනවර්ගය, religion, ආගම, languages, මේ භාෂාවන්, and occupation, මෙන්න මේ වෘත්තීන්, right? Are a few factors that bring about differences between one culture to another. එතකොට සංස්කෘතීන් අතර වෙනස්කම් තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ වගේ. For example, Sri Lanka consists of many ethnic groups such as Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, Burgher, and Malay, right? I think when me Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, Burgher, and Malay, I think when me wagi jati na Lanka balagan puluhan. It can be pointed out that every ethnic group has its own culture. Me හැම ජනවර්ගයකටම තමන්ගේ මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? අනන්‍යතාවක් තියෙනවා, right? And they have their own culture. තමන්ගේ සංස්කෘතියක් තියෙනවා. And cultural features inherent to it. හැබැයි ඒ වගේම ඒ සංස්කෘතියට අදාළ වෙච්ච ලක්ෂණක් තියෙනවා. Right. Then children, especially you have mentioned ethnicity, religion, languages and occupation. පුතා ඒ element එක common element එකක්. හැබැයි ඒක වෙනස් වෙනවා I think from culture to culture. දැන් language කියන මෙතනක් තියෙනවා මේ වගේ. දැන් මේකෙත් අපිට හම්බුනා language කෙනෙක්, right? For example, language, religion, customs and traditions, cultural features and rituals are common to all cultures. Like, ඒවා ඒකටත් පොදු වෙනවා. ඒකටත් පොදු වෙනවා. ඒකයි කතන්දරේ. හරි? දැන් features common to all cultures. හැම එකකම තියෙනවා. But how they perform will differ. හැබැයි ඒවා කරන විදිය වෙනස් වෙනවා. Right? ඒකයි. අපි ලියා ගමු එහෙනම්. Okay, let's write them. Some features. Write down some features. Write down some features that are specific to a culture. That are specific to a culture. That are specific to a culture. Right. Then let's try these points together. Janavargya. Ethnicity, religion, language, occupation. Right? Again, we write these down. What are they? Reasons for cultural diversity. That means reasons for cultural diversity. Cultural diversity means Sanskriti Vidatte. Right? You know that they are not same here, right? So there's a diversity here. It's a Vidatte. So reasons for cultural diversity. Sanskriti Vidatte Balpana Hetu. Right? Mainly we can find out ethnicity. Janamargya. Religion. Agama, language, Bhashawa. Occupation අපේ වෘත්තීන් සහ lifestyle means අපේ ජීවන රටාව. They are the reasons for cultural diversity. Right? Okay. Then look at the next paragraph here. Then write them later. One culture differs from another culture, right? Based on the factors such as ethnicity, religion, agama, language, bhasha, and occupation, vrutti, method. Based on them, right? Based on them, they will differ. The ability to can you switch off the mics, please? So, then the ability to distinguish one culture from the other based on the above factors is known as cultural identity. That means the ability to distinguish one culture from the other. Take a Sanskritia, Sanskriting, right? The ability to distinguish one culture from other based on the above factors. අන්න අර කියන සාධක මත පදනම් වල දැන් ඕක ලියලා හරියන්නේ exam එකේ right? Above factors කියලා කියන්න එපා. මොනවද above කියලා කියන්නේ? What are the mentioned ones here? ඒක add කළා තමයි අපි උත්තරේ හදාගන්න right? Above ones දාන්න එපා exam එකේ වැරදි. එන්නේ based on the ethnicity, religion, language and occupation කියලා දාගන්න ඕන අපි answer එක ඇතුළට. අපි එන්නම හදාගමු උත්තරේ right? මේගොල්ලෝ ලියුවොත් වැරදිනවා ඈ. Then children, the ability to distinguish one culture from the other. යම් සංස්කෘතියක් තව එකකින් වෙන් කර ගැනීමේ හැකියාව. Based on මොන මත පදනම් වෙලාද? Based on ethnicity, ජන වර්ගයේ මත, religion, ආගම, language, භාෂාව, and occupation, වෘත්ති, right? Based on the above factors is based on the ethnicity, religion, language, and occupation is known as cultural identity. අපි කියනවා සංස්කෘතික අනන්‍යතාවය කියලා. Clear? First of all, Budala, you have to write this one. It's the media, the reasons for cultural diversity. 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 Turn off your mics, please. Come on, mic off. When I ask something, please, you can turn on the mics and tell me, right? Right, children. Then, okay. I think time is enough for this one. Still, we are talking about the cultural diversity, right? Then, children, we write this definition here. What's meant by cultural identity, right? We talk about this one, the reasons for cultural diversity, ethnicity, religion, language, occupation, and lifestyle, right? Okay, then we are moving to the next question. What is meant by cultural identity? I explain the ability to distinguish one culture from the other based on ethnicity, religion, language, and occupation is known as cultural identity. When you make a sadhaka mata padanambela, yam sanskritya, tavekin venkara hamunagani. That is known as cultural identity. Okay. The question is for the question yagamunena. What is known as cultural identity? सांस्कृतिक अनन्यतावें कुमक्क. The answer is this one. The ability to distinguish one culture from the other based on the factors like ethnicity, religion, language, and occupation. An occupation is known as cultural identity. That's the answer there. Practice them just now. It may be asked in your exam. Exam එක අහන්න ඉඩ තියෙනවා. And it is already asked in the exam, right? ඔක අහලා තියෙන exam එකේ. Especially in third term. Okay, if it is so, please mention it. Please put a message in the chat.
Ada udang na kurang lah. Oke, aku baik.
Right. I think time is enough for this one. I give another 1 minute for this one. Yes. Right. Let's put the next part. I think you have already received your marks, but in some provinces it is held somewhat later, right? ගම්පහගේ areas වල ගොඩක් පහුවෙලා තිබුණේ. සමහර Colombo areas වල සමහර තැන්වල තිබ්බ නේද පරක් වෙලා, right? But yeah, those who received marks, you can put them in the chat, right? I want to have, I'm going to prepare a separate mark sheet by collecting all the marks of you, right? I'll get හදන්නේ marks ටික අරගෙන ඔක්කොම, right? Okay. දැන් මගේ එක physical class එක ඒත් එහෙමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ operatic class එක මේ grade 8 වල මම කියන්නේ පොඩ progress එක ගැන කියන්නේ. දැන් සමහරව දැන් actually some children get some children get adapted to this procedure quickly, but some may get some time to adapt this one. Okay, සමහර කාලයක් යනවා තිබුණා හුරු වෙන්නේ නේද? Because you learn all the things in the primary grades in single medium, right? ඒක මේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට වෙන්නේ හේතුව නේද? That's why I think it may take some time to get adapted to this procedure, right? Then there's a class in my actually it's a grade 8 class. All the children there are I think nearly 40 children in my class. ඒකේ 40ක් විතර ඉන්නවා. Physical class එකක්. All the children got more than 75, right? 75 එයා හැමෝටම ලකුණු තුනයි. ඒක ළමෙක් ගැතරු නෑ. අර සතුටු rating අර some actually in grade 7 also some children join with my class with minimum marks, right? But with the time they improved, right? They have improved. So you can also improve to a greater place for that, and you can have higher marks, but it may take some time and depends on your dedication and your interest, right? Or right? And in our class also, there are so many children, those who got higher marks, right? Then I'm going to give you a gift if you got more than 85 also, right? Mark level if you got higher marks for, actually, if you got marks more than 85 for all the 3 subjects, you can have a gift, right? Okay. Marks done. You can put your marks in the chat. Then children, next part. Okay, then come to page number 83. අසතුන් හැමෝම එන්න. Right. It is essential to identify this cultural identity when we live in a multicultural society. You know that Sri Lanka is a multicultural country, different ethnic groups, religious groups, and language users are living in the same country, right? So it's a multicultural country. Identifying cultural features and respecting them and not condemning them should be of paramount importance in such society. That means for the men they do it. So let's look at them one by one. It is essential to identify this cultural identity, right? When we live in a multicultural society, right? Identifying cultural features. Okay, you have to identify what are the cultural features that exist in our society. මේ සංස්කෘතික ලක්ෂණ අපි අඳුන ගන්න ඕනේ, right? And respecting them. ඒකට ගරු කරන්න ඕනේ. Children and they may somewhat differ from your culture. ඔයගෙන් පොඩ වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. That think about the Buddhist culture, Hindu culture, Islamic culture, but you have to respect these differences, right? ඒ වෙනස්කම් වලට ගරු කරන්න වෙනවා. Don't insult them, right? Don't condemn them. ඒවට අහානි කරන්න, අපහාස කරන්න එහෙම බෑ. And they should be of paramount importance in such society. In the multicultural society, it is of paramount importance. Paramount importance means ඉතාම වැදගත් කියලා කියනවා. Clear? Okay. Then it will build a strong interrelationship among cultures. Okay, සංස්කෘතියන් අතරත් එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? Thereby the interrelationship with the cultures will be developed, right? මේ සමගියාව වර්ධනය වෙනවා. අන්තර් සමගියාව. Then it will make a good society and minimize conflicts in society. යහපත් සමාජයක් හැදෙයි, right? And the conflicts also will minimize for them. මෙන්න මේ ගැටුම් මාරවල් පවා ගොඩක් අඩු වෙලා යයි සමාජය කියලා කියන්නේ. Clear? So there's a duty towards you පුතාලා, there's a task to do by yourself. ඉතින් හැමෝටම කාර්යභාරයක් තියෙනවා මෙන්න කරන්නේ නේද? Okay. Then next part. Cultural diversity in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankaවේ සංස්කෘතික විවිධත්වය, right? Cultural diversity in Sri Lanka. Okay. Sri Lanka is the best example for a multicultural society. දැන් ලංකාව කියන්නේ හොඳ උදාහරණයක්. මොකටද? For a multicultural society. බහු සංස්කෘතික ජන සමාජයක්. Okay? Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslim communities have been living in this country with a strong brotherhood for many centuries. Centuries means පුතේ ශතවර්ෂ ගණනාවක් තිස්සේ පුතේ මේ සිංහල දෙමළ හැමෝම මුස්ලිම් හැමෝම එකට ජීවත් වෙනවා නේද? Then සහෝදරයන් ජීවත් වෙනවා. They have a strong brotherhood, right? In addition to that, with අමතරව Burg and Malay communities have also been living together as Sri Lankan communities. ඒගොල්ලොත් අපිත් එක්ක ජීවත් වෙනවා, right? But nowadays we can find out more nationalities. අද වෙනකොට ගොඩක් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා නේද? The persons from the people from different nations live in Sri Lanka, right? එක එක රටවල් වලින් ආව මිනිස්සුયો, ආගම එක එක ජාතීන් වල මිනිස්සුયો ලංකාවේ ඉන්නවා, right? Then next one. In terms of religion, අපි දැන් ආගම වශයෙන් ගත්තොත්, right? In terms of religion, Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, Christian and Catholic communities live together. Children, when we talk about these communities, these are the main communities, these are the main religious communities we can find out in Sri Lanka. Buddhists are there, Hindus are there, Islamic people are there, Christians or Catholics are there, right? Religious coexistence, that means ආගමික සහජීවනය, right? Religious coexistence has been well maintained. පුතේ, if you maintain good connections with all of them, right? We can contribute towards maintaining religious coexistence, right? Now we have more for the way known. When most of the religious places have become common sacred places for the people of all religions. පුතේ සමහර ඓතිහාසික ස්ථාන තියෙනවා. There are some religious places, right? සමහර ආගමික ස්ථාන තියෙනවා. There are some common sacred places of all religions. සෑම ආගමකම පොදු ස්ථාන වෙලා තියෙනවා. Definitely it will be asked in exam එක හැමදාම අහනවා exam එකේ. එන ඉඳගෙන පාඩම් කරගන්න. Let's practice them, right? අන්න බලාගන්න. මේක exam එකේ හැමදාම. For example, කතරගම දේවාලය, නල්ලූරු කෝවිල්, මඩු church, කනවිල St. Anne's Church, Adams Peak are some of those sacred places worshipped by all people in common. පොදුවේ සෑම ජන වර්ගයකම මිනිස්සු වන්දනාමාන කරන තැන් ටිකක්. අපි වලට examples practice them just now මේක පාඩම් කරමු. කතරගම දේවාලය, right? OLC කැෂේ කතරගම shrine, කතරගම දේවාලය, නල්ලූරු කෝවිල්, මඩු church, කනවිල St. Anne's Church, Adams Peak, right? They are some main ones. ප්‍රධාන ඒවා. දැන් ළමයි කරන වැරද්දක් තමයි මොකද්ද? Some children are going to Add some alternative. සමහර විකල්ප ලියන්න වෙනවා. මොකද that's a syllabus. syllabus එකක් තියෙනවානේ. You have to follow that syllabus. ඒ syllabus එකම ඔයාලට වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. ඔයාට හිතෙනවා ඔයා guess කරලා ලියන්න. ඒක කරන්න යන්න එපා. Right? On the options ගන්න හිමිෂ එකක් නැහැ. But you have to follow the main ones here. එතන ප්‍රධාන ටිකක් තියෙනවානේ. Try to write those answers, right? හිතෙන හිතෙනවා ලියන්න දෙන්න එපා. හරි? ඔයාලගේ ළඟ තියෙන මොකද දේවල් ගැනමයි ඕක ලියන්න යන්න එපා. Right? Don't write them. දන්න church වල නම් උයි mosque වල නම් ඒවා ලියන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? There are some main ones. ප්‍රධාන තැන් ටිකක් තියෙනවා. Write them. ඒවා ලියන්න. Pataragam Deva, Nanduru Kovil, Model Church, Taragila St. Anne's Church, and speak, right? Devotees of all religions visit these places irrespective of their religious differences. පුතේ යාළගේ ආගමික පසුබිම නොසලකා මිනිස්සු මේ වන්දනාමාන කරනවා. Clear? Okay. We write this one again. Then write down this question. Write down some sacred places commonly visited by people who belong to different ethnic and religious groups. Okay. Right. Write down some sacred places commonly visited by people who belong to different ethnic and religious groups. දෙන එක ජනවර්ග වලට ආගමික කණ්ඩායම් වලට අයත් ජනතාව පොදුවේ වන්දනාමාන කර ස්ථාන, right? Okay. Asel, you received the marks. Marks දාලා දිනවනේ Asel. Health 89, okay, very good. Geo Civic 96, very good. Geography 95, okay, very good. පුතේ හොඳයි යා. Then you have the gift this time, okay? Then you got school holidays. Okay, yesterday Tyagi informed me about that one, the physical class. Okay, Ganeshi. Others also put a message if it is over. Then we can move to the next part. Okay, after adding this one, you can mention these places, okay? You can take up a you. I will emphasize them. These are the answers. Pataragama Deval, Nanduru Kovil, Model Church, Talagana St. Anne's Church, Adams Peak, right? Right, children? I think time is enough. Then next part. Okay, Sinhala, Tamil, and English are the main languages in our country. It is commonly seen in our schools that Sinhalese children speak Tamil and English fluently. Then they Sinhala vai English Tamil කතා කරනවා. While Tamil children speak Sinhala and English, දෙමළ ළමයි මෙන්න මේ සිංහල ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරනවා නේද? It is commendable and praiseworthy situation. Everything අගය කාරණාවක් කියලා කියනවා. Actually, you have to know all the languages that exist in Sri Lanka, right? ලංකාවේ තියෙන මේ භාෂා ඔක්කොම දැනගන්න ඉන්න එපා. Thereby you can communicate with each and every religious and ethnic group easily, right? Then children, it is also essential to learn to speak and write the languages used in the country in addition to our mother tongue. මව් භාෂාවට අමතරව you have to learn the other languages that exist in our country, right? Okay. Then the next paragraph, okay? Paragraph. Thus, our society is known as a multicultural society because there are different communities. Okay. අපේ රට බහුසංස්කෘතික වෙනවා. Why is that? ඇයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ? Because there are different communities are there. විවිධ ප්‍රජාවන් ඉන්නවා. There are religious groups here. ඒක ආගම් ඉන්නවා. මෙතන ආගම් වලට කටි ජීවත් වෙනවා. As well as the sorry. When you are working in a multicultural society, you need the help from all the religious and ethnic groups today, right? Actually, in your school also, you have many friends from many friends, those who are following different religions and those who belong to different ethnic groups, right? Then all yalu inna neda. All gathene yalu, Sinhala yalu inna, Muslim yalu inna, Catholic yalu inna, Tamil yalu inna, right? So we should have to appreciate these types of features putara. You should have to respect all the elements of all the ethnic and religious groups, right? මේ හැම ආගමකම හැම ජාතිකම ඒ අංගයන්ට අපි ගරු කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay? Then you all must have determination to live in such society peacefully and with harmony. අපි සමගියෙන් සාමකාමීව හැමෝමත් එක්ක ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Clear? Right, next part. Okay. Multicultural features in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankaවේ බහු සංස්කෘතික ස්වභාවය පුතේ. Actually in grade 8, right? In grade 8, you can learn about this one further. මේක අපි කතා කරනවා ලොකුවටම කතා කරනවා. Right? So interesting. ලස්සනයි පාඩම් මේක. Clear? Simply you have given about this one in this year, right? මේ අවුරුද්දේ සරලව දීලා තියෙනවා. Multicultural features in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankaවේ තිබෙන මොකද්ද? බහු සංස්කෘතික ස්වභාවය, right? පුතේ actually what are the multicultural features in Sri Lanka? Because Sri Lankaවේ නම් තියෙන බහු සංස්කෘතික ලක්ෂණ මොනවද? One of them is existence of different communities with the ප්‍රජාවන් or ethnic groups are there. විවිධ ජන වර්ග ඉන්නවානේ. සිංහල, තමිල්, මුස්ලිම්, බර්ග, මැලයන් අන්න ඒ ටික ඉන්නවා. Existence of different religious groups with the ආගමික කණ්ඩායම් ඉන්නවා. On religious basis, Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, Christian, Catholic, right? Existence of different languages with the භාෂා පවතිනවා, right? Existence of different example, Sinhala, Tamil, English, right? According to occupation, with the රැකියා කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා, right? Existence of people who are doing different, who are engaging in different occupations, right? For example, farming, government, employees, business, self-employment, fishing, other, right? Okay. Then children, I will give it separate. මම මේක වෙනම හදලා දෙන්නම්. දැන් මේක exam එක ලියන්න බෑනේ. කොහොම ලියන්න බෑනේ exam එක කැතයි. We had to summarize it. අපි මේක summarize කරලා ගමු, right? Okay. Write down some. multicultural. Okay, click Sri Lanka. They want to leave me. Oh, here we go. Write down some multicultural features of Sri Lanka. Write down some multicultural features of Sri Lanka. Right. Let's put the answer, okay? Okay, then. Existence of different ethnic groups විවිධ ජනවර්ග පැවතීම. Right? Second one. Existence of different religious groups. Third one. Existence of different language users. දැන් receipt මම erase කරනවා. Right, the fourth one. Fourth one is existence of different occupations. අද time ඉස්සරහට දාලා ඉලක්ක නේද? Please all please mention it. Right, time is enough for this one. ඉලක්ක නේද?
Short again. Purbar husband.
Mics off කරන්න. Turn off the mics. පුතේ mics on කරන්න පස්සේ class එකේ disturb වෙනවනේ. Right? Everything off කරනවා දානවා මම. Right. Okay. Well, if I ask something else from you, please turn on the mics and tell me mics. ඒකට විතරක් on කරගන්න, right? යාමක් අහනකොට විතරක් උත්තර දෙන්න තියාගන්න. Then next part. Okay. Right. Features unique to different religions and ethnic groups. Okay. Right. Features unique to different religions and ethnic groups. Okay. මෙන්න මේ විවිධ ජන වර්ග වලට විවිධ ආගමික කණ්ඩායම් වලට සුවිශේෂී වූ ලක්ෂණ ටිකක්. Right. There are different cultural features which are unique to different ethnic and religious groups. Right. මෙන්න මේ යම් ආගමික කණ්ඩායමකට right මෙන්න මේ යම් ජන වර්ගයකට සුවිශේෂී වෙච්ච කාරණා ටිකක් තියෙනවානේ. For example, language, religion, patterns of drawing. යාළුවෝ patterns of drawing means අඳින කරන එක රටාවක් නේද? යාළුවෝ කියන්නේ. Then think about the Tamil people, rangoli pattern උන් තියෙනවා නේද ඒකේවා. Arts and craft එක කලා මූර්ති. ඒකේ differ වෙනස් වෙනත් මේවා. And education අධ්‍යාපනය are some of the common features of a culture. Right? However, those cultural elements can differ from one ethnic group and religion to another, right? එක ජන වර්ගකින් එක ආගමකින් වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේවා. එක එකට වෙනස් වෙනවා. For example, there are several religions followed by different ethnic groups such as Sinhala, Tamil and Muslims in Sri Lankan multicultural society, right? There are several religions followed by different ethnic groups. Then are all Sinhalese Buddhists? Then බෞද්ධද? නෑම නෑ. Hindus, කතෝලික අපි කියන දෙමළ ඔක්කොම මෙන්න මේ හින්දු භක්තිකයෝද? නැහැ. Right? එහෙම වෙනස් වෙනවා. Right? They may follow different religions. And there are some Tamil people who are following Catholicism. කතෝලික ආගම දාන කොච්චර ඉන්නවද මේ දෙමළ ජනතාව. Right? And think about Sinhala people also. There are some Sinhalese, those who are following different religions. එක ආගම දාන කොච්චර නම් ඉන්නවද මේ සිංහල ජනතාව. Right? Then it's a feature of multicultural society, right? Then children, cultural festivals which belong to each religion can differ in the way they are celebrated today. Think about the cultural festivals together, right? Think about Sinhala and Tamil New Year, right? It's a common event of both Tamils and Sinhalese, right? Then මේක දෙමළ සිංහල හැමෝගෙම පොදු event එකක් නේ. But look at how they perform it. හැබැයි ඒක perform කරද්දී වෙනස් වෙනව නේද? They arrange different types of patterns made out of different things on their floors or right? And the way how they make their milk rice, kiribat hadari venasena, right? Think about them, okay? Some of the festive occasions related to each religious and ethnic groups are as follows. Look at the examples. This is and Tamil New Year. Look at the examples. You can the frequency and proof you can find out the New Year sweet meats here, right? Beating drums and me. Look at Thai Pongal festival. How they are celebrated that one. Looks at Pozon festival. Catholic actually Christmas, Easter festival, the past looks away. Christmas, the neighbor author. And Hajj festival, Hajj used away. Hajj festival, Ramadan festival are celebrated by the Smith people. And look at how Christmas is find out here, okay? Uh, in addition to these, there are other occasions in which cultural features can be identified. For example, weddings. Children, how look at how they perform their weddings. They will differ from ethnic group to ethnic group. Then the jati wedding ceremonies. Think about how Sinhalese got their weddings, how the Christians or Catholics get their weddings, right? Hindus. Mulakkan Katagana, they go seven rounds around the fire, right? There are several types of rituals here, right? So look at how they perform their weddings and funerals, right? Think about Sinhalese thing. They do burial, oh right, they burn their bodies, right? Burial එකක් කරනවා නේද? කියන්නේ බෝධානයක් කරනවා මොකක් හරි කරනවා. And think about the Catholics and think about the Tamil people. Tamil කට්ටිය අර මේ නාහයට පුළුන් කැලේ දැක් ගහන කරන්නේ අර පොච්චන්නේ. The burn these bodies, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ පුරුස්සනවන සෑහක්කින් දාන. Then children, weaning ceremony. That means weaning ceremony means ඉඳුල් කට ගෑම, right? Hair cutting. ඔය පුංචි ළමයි ඉස්සලා කොණ්ඩ කපන්නේ. For the first time, right? Housewarming ceremonies. Get a with him. Look at how they perform them, right? Etc. Customs and rituals followed in those cultural festivals vary from community to community, right? Prajavata, right? The event is common to all of them. Hamotama event the wedding is a common event, funeral is a common event, wedding ceremony is a common event, hair cutting common, housewarming ceremony common to all. Hamotama Poduri, have a jati. But look at how they perform by adapting to their customs and traditions. බලන්න ඒගොල්ලෝ කරන හැටි ඒ දේවල් සිරිතර සම්ප්‍රදාය නේද? Okay, I think on next week we can talk about this part. Yeah, okay. On next week we can talk about this part of the right. Within 1 month today we are going to end up this third term syllabus also. මාසයක් ඕන නම් උච්චරත් යන්න third term syllabus අපිරනවා right? Then we can do a revision, book revision part. Then we can move to the papers also. Okay. Okay. Then children, all of you take out your geography books and get ready. Become geography. We are the last lesson. Using maps. Then I'm going to ask some questions from you because there are some newcomers here. Now you can turn on the mics and tell me. Mics in the one color right. All of you get ready for geography පුතාලා. මම ලෑස්ති වෙන්න. Right. We are talking about using maps. So, okay, using maps කියලා මෙන්න මේ පාඩමේ අපි ඉන්නේ. The fifth lesson, right? පස්වෙනි පාඩම අපේ. Yeah. The fifth lesson. Right, we talk about the basic features of maps පුතාලා. Then, if you want to know about the maps පුතේ, we talk about some we have to talk about some basic features of maps. දැන් අපි කතා කරා මෙන්න මේ සිතියමක මූලික ලක්ෂණ ටිකක් කතා කරානේ. Anybody please tell me what are the basic features of maps පුතේ? මට කියන්න මන කට්ටිය. පුතේ what are the basic features of map? සිතියමක මූලික ලක්ෂණ මොනවද? සිතියම් වල. When you are referring an atlas පුතාලා, when you are going to the maps, what are the things that you have to consider? ඔයා පොඩ්ඩක් කල්පනාකාරී වෙන්න ඕන කාරණා මොනවද? කියන්න බලන්න. Just tell me පුතාලා.
Different types of maps.
Yeah, very good. Different types of maps. Another one?
Direction.
Direction. Another one?
Map index.
Map index. Another one?
Scale and key.
Scale. Yes. Last day, we ended up from that part, right? අපි scale කරානේ පරිමාණය කියන දේ. Then another one? තව එකක් කියන්න බලන්න. And the key. Key means සුචිය. It consists of different colors, symbols, and letters පුතේ. key එකේ විවිධ වර්ණ සංකේත තියෙනවා නේද? Then right, and to read a map, you know that there are different types of maps. දැන් ඉතින් වර්ග තියෙනවා පුතේ. So based on the map children, සිතියම අනුව සිතියම මත පදනම් වෙලා based on the map there is a specific key. මෙන්න මේ සුවිශේෂී සුචියක් දෙනවා. key එකක් දෙනවා side එකේ map එකේ. By looking at those symbols, ඒ සංකේත දිහා බලපුවාම, by looking at those letters, ඒ අකුරු දිහා බලපුවාම, alright, and by looking at those names, ඒ නම් ටික දිහා බලපුවාම, you can get a clear understanding about the map. ඉතින් ඒවා බලන්න වෙනවා, දැනගන්න වෙනවා. You have to find out the meanings of them. ඒ key එකෙන් අපි තේරුම් ගන්න මෙන්න මේවා මේ කියන්නේ කියලා, right? Key is a compulsory one for a map, right? These are the basic features of maps, right? Different types of maps, direction, scale, key, map index, right? Then another question, man ka prashna kahanna. Okay. Please tell me two map books that are currently in usage in Sri Lanka. Tell me some two map books or atlases that are currently in usage in Sri Lanka. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ දැන් භාවිතාවට සිතියම් පොත් දෙකක්.
Sri Lanka සිතියම් සංග්‍රහය.
Sri Lanka සිතියම් සංග්‍රහය, or else we can say Sri Lanka Atlas book. Sri Lanka Atlas book. Another one?
Sri Lanka School Atlas.
Sorry? Again, please. Any other answer, please, Putala? Tell me any other book, please. Sri Lanka School Atlas. Sri Lanka Pasal Sityam pota, right? That is a school edition of Sri Lanka School. Sri Lanka is Atlas book, right? It is school edition high school edition, right? Then children, we talk about that one too.
Sri Lanka School.
Then I want some examples for. Tell me some examples for different kinds of maps that are available in map books or atlases. මෙන්න මේ සිතියම් පොත්වල තියෙන සිතියම් වර්ග ටිකක් කියන්නකෝ. Tell me some examples, please.
road
Relief and drainage. Another one.
Crops.
Sorry.
Crops.
roadway map,
Another one. Road maps are there.
vegetation cover,
Okay.
vegetation cover,
Vegetation cover. What else, man?
industries,
Industries are there. Paramantikana map තියෙනවා.
airways
Airports.
and naval routes,
Crop cultivation. Airports.
Railways.
Railway maps are there.
Main roads.
Main roads and expressways නේද? ඒවා තියෙනවා. Right?
airways and naval routes,
Okay.
Rainfall and climate maps.
Rainfall and climate. Very good. Okay. තමයි list එකක් දුන්නා නේද? පාඩම් කරගන්න. Okay. Then children, there are different types of maps. අන්න සිතියම් වාරික. Right. Then direction. Then direction. දිශාව. Hey. You know that expressing direction in a map is compulsory. දැන් අනිවාර්යෙන් map එකක සිතියමක සානුවේ there should be a direction. Actually, it should emphasize the direction, right? දිශාව නම් කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. පොඩක් mark එකක් හරි දාලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. At least this mark. මෙන්න මේ mark එකවත් කොමත් තියෙනවනේ. මෙන්න කියලා arrow head එකක් දාලා එන්නකොට තියෙනවානේ north කියලාවත් තියෙනවා. Think about like this. If it is not available, then මුකුත් නැහැ. How to find out the direction of a map? එහෙනම් හොයාගන්නේ කොහොමද direction එක map එකක? We discussed last day. එදාට කතා කරන්නේ. කියන්න බලන්න. The topic of the direction, right? The topic of the map will indicate the north direction, right? අපි සම්පූර්ණ consider කරන්න මෙහෙම කොහොමද? The topic of the map. සිටියේ මාතෘකාව තියෙන topic එක දාලා තියෙනවා. The topic, the direction that topic is available, consider as the north direction. අපි සලකනවා උතුරු දිශාව කියලා, right? මෙතන කියනවා මේ තියෙන on such occasion the direction where the heading of the map is shown is considered as north and other directions are determined accordingly. North හොයාගත්තා නම් ඒක ටික හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? අන්න. අපි read කරන්න අපිට තියෙන මේ topic එක දාලා ලස්සනට උඩ පැත්තට තමයි අපි top side එක තමයි අපි ගන්නෙ north කියලා. තායි එක අපි කතා කරා. Then scale පරිමාණය, right? Hey, I told you that මට දෙන්න කියන්නේ ඉස්සලා. Children, what is the department that is relevant? Okay. What is the department that is in charge of mapping පුතාලා? මේ mapping වගේ දේවල් කරන්නේ කවුද? මොකක්ද department එක? Sri Lanka. Which department?
survey department,
Sorry?
Sri Lanka survey department,
Yeah, Sri Lanka Survey Department, right? මිනින්දොඩ department Sri Lanka Survey Department. SURVEY, right? Survey Department. කියලා ඉන්නත් ඕනේ. Then children, okay, scale. Then with examples I told you about the scale. දැන් මම මේ map එකේ scale එක අරගෙන නේද අපි කතා කරානේ, right? 1 to 1.65 million, right? මේක අපි කතා කරන්නේ මේ map එක ඔයාලා textbook එකෙම තියෙන්නේ. textbook එකට මේ පුංචි map එකක් දැම්මේ කොහොමද? මේක නම් ලොකුවට පේනවා. මේක ගණන් ගන්න එපා. හරි, this is a smart board එකේ smart board එක ගන්න. ඔයාලගේ textbook එක ගන්නට map එක තියෙනවා නේ. දැන් textbook එකේ in your textbook it is inserted here. ඔය map එක දාලා තියෙනවානේ. And to insert that map it should be minimized for the පුංචි කරන්න වෙනවානේ. කුඩා කරන්න වෙනවානේ ඇත්තටම. Right? So under that one you can find out in your textbook you can find out the exact scale of this map. ඔයාගේ සිතියම් පොතේ ඔයාගේ textbook එකේ තියෙන ওই map එකේ ඔන්න scale එක තියෙනවා. Last day I told you that today what happens when the scale is higher value? How about the size of the map today? If the scale is a higher value, what happened to the size of the map? Scale එක වැඩි නම් map එකේ size එක මොනවා වෙයිද?
decreases,
It will be small or big. ඒක ලොකු වෙයිද පොඩි වෙයිද?
size decreases,
Yeah.
small,
When the scale is a higher value, the size of the map will be small. පුතා මේක වැඩි වෙන්න මේ ස්කේල් එක පරිමාණය වැඩි වෙන්න මේ ලක්ෂ ගණන් වලින් එනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Definitely it will become a small map. ඒක පුංචි map එකක් තමයි අනිවාර්යෙන්ම. I told you that hey, with the example we talk about that one. Sri Lanka Survey Department mapped this one. මෙන්න මේක සිතියම් ගත කරා මොකද්ද? Sri Lanka Survey Department prepared the topographic map of Sri Lanka. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ භූෂ් පතා හිතීමක් මේගොල්ලෝ හැදුවා and the under the scale 1 to 50,000. එකට 50,000. අතන තිබ්බේ එකට 16,50,000 එතන තිබ්බේ. එකට 16,50,000. The map is too small. පුංචි map එක. How about this one? මේක කොහොමද? 1 to 50,000. එකට 50,000. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? The map is so much large. ඒ කියන්නේ map එක ගොඩක් ලොකුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔකේ map එකේ උසේනවා ඇත්තටම බැලුවොත් 8.64 meters. මීටර 8.64ක් විතර එනවා. Then we have to keep ladders to read the map. අපි ඉනිවන් තියන්න map එක කියවන්න. So what they did for that one? මොකක්ද ඒගොල්ලෝ එකට කරේ? They divided that map into 92 map sheets. සිතියම් පත්‍ර 92කට මේගොල්ලෝ බෙදුවා මේක මෙහෙම කරේ. Right? This Sri Lanka අපේ ලංකාව මෙහෙම තියෙනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ මේක බෙදුවා right? මෙහෙම sorry. Then මේක මෙහෙම බෙදුවා right? They divide Sri Lanka into 92 map sheets. සිතියම් පත්‍ර මෙහෙම කෑලි 92කට බෙදුවා. Each map sheet has a name and a number. හැම map sheet එකකම තියෙන නමක් සහ අංකයක් තියෙනවා. Right? Okay. You can learn about much about that one in grade 7. Sorry, grade 8. අටවස් ග්‍රේඩ් එක කතා කරන්න දෙනවා මේ ගැන. අන්න කරපු වැඩි නැත්නම් ලොකු map එකක් නෙන්නේ. Height is more than 8 meters. මීටර 8 ගණක් උසයි. The width is මේ map එකේ පළ වෙනවා width is more than 4 meters. මීටර 4 ගණක් පළ වෙනවා. Then how you can handle such a map? අපි කොහොමද ඒක handle කරන්නේ? ඒකයි මේගොල්ලෝ කරේ. The survey department divide this map into 92 map sheets. සිතියම් පත්‍ර 92කට බෙදුවා. Thereby it is like a book. ඒක පොතක් වගේ මේක right? මේ වගේ map sheets 92ක් තියෙනවා පොතේ. Right? So you can easily refer them. ඉතින් ඔයාලට පෙරලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. Right? මොකද let's scale. ඉතින් පරිමාණය කතාව එහෙම. ඉතින් තව කිව්වොත් මම for example මම විතර ගන්නම්. දැන් think about the map drawn by the survey department 1 to 50,000. That means එකට 50,000 හිතීමක් කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? In the map සිතියමේ 1 centimeter දැන් take a ruler එකක් ගත්තා. Measure the distance between two location. අපි ස්ථාන දෙක දුර ගන්නකො. ඔන්න එනවා සෙන්ටිමීටර් එකක් විතර එනවා. That means 1 centimeter in the map indicate 50,000 centimeters in the real world, right? සැබෑ ලෝකයේ සෙන්ටිමීටර 50,000 පෙන්වන්නේ. That means 0.5 kilometers. කිලෝමීටර භාගයක්. Then 2 centimeter on the map indicates 1 kilometer. එහෙනම් map එකේ කිලෝමීටර සෙන්ටිමීටර දෙකක් කියන්නේ සැබෑ ලෝකයේ කිලෝමීටරයක්, right? But they will differ from map to map. මේ scale කියන දේ සිතියම් සිතියම් වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන් based on your purpose. ඔයාගේ purpose එක අනුව අරමුණ අනුව කාර්යභාරය අනුව the scale of the map will differ, right? ඔයාලගේ wall map ගන්නක දැන් I think there are some wall maps in your home. දැන් පුතාලගේ ගෙවල් ලොකු සිතියම් නැද්ද? තියෙනව නේද? wall maps තියෙනව නේද? How about their scale? ඉතින් මේ වගේ ලොකු scale එකක් තියෙනවනේ අතරම, right? Right. බලන්න එක ගහලා ඇති. හරි, look at the wall map carefully. Definitely in the corner this value is given. මේ අගේ දීලා තියෙනවා. scale එක දීලා තියෙනවා, right? Okay, sure. Then the key. අද එනවා key එක පැත්තට. Key means සුචිය. බලගන්න. The key tool is compulsory to read maps. පුතේ සුචියකුත් කොහොනේ map read කරන්න. Every piece of information represented on the map is shown in the key. පුතේ මේ සිටියේ තොරතුරු ඔක්කොම දින මේ key එකේ තමයි. Definitely there should be a key to read the map. Without key we can't read the maps. ඉතින් key එක නැතුව පුතේ අපිට සිටියමක් කියව ගන්න තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. Then
With the organic feed, Naomi Hunihana,
පුතේ turn off the mics please. පුතේ mics off කරා. Right. The key tool is compulsory to read maps, right? Every piece of information represented on the map is shown in the key by conventional signs today. When we make conventional signs, look at these signs today, one day, signs here. These are known as conventional signs. Conventional signs here. These figures are known as, these signs are known as conventional signs. Every piece of information, every piece of information represented on the map is shown by the key by conventional signs. Right? Then identify how key is helpful to read the map by observing the following map. By looking at the map, tell me what's the theme of this map. All of you refer the map. Refer the map and tell me what is the topic or the heading of the map.
Tourist sites and roads.
Very good. Tourist sites and roads, right? Sanchara Istansa will be Margariti, right? Right. Tourist sites and roads. That's the heading. And if the direction is not mentioned here, you have to consider this side as the north. Clear? Okay. Then we are going to find out these places. Then අපි පොඩක් මේක හොයන්න යන හොඳට. නැද ලියන්න ලොකු දෙයක් නෑ අතරම හොඳට අහගෙන ඉන්න. අපි newcomersලා අපේ notes complete කරගන්නවා recording දාලා තිනවා. Again I will forward it into the group. මම ඒක forward කරන්න. Please cover the first day of our class. ඒක first day එක බලලා කරගන්න. හරි? First day මේ ඇත්තටම අපේ day 2 තිබ්බනේ. Right. බලන්න. Then yes. නෑ අතරම second look at this one. This is the color. This is the way it is mentioned, right? Anna number heading. Then think about road maps. Now think about road maps. So it is mentioned as A class roads, expressways, B class roads, B Shreni Marg, A Shreni Marg, Adivegi Marg, right? It's a tourist and overall tourist sites and roads, right? Because Sanchara can do the inside Sanchara Stanza, city Marg. Second one, railways. Hey, look at the conventional sign here. Balagandi make namkaran make exam, okay? Look at those signs. Mother balagandi signs taken. Railways, minna market. Dumre market, right? Let's find out some railways here, okay? Maybe railways. Look at the sign here. This one. Clear? This is the sign. Main sign. Clear? Railways. With the sign of aeroplane, airports are mentioned with it. On airports, find out the airports here, right? May padali dina ned. Air Force base again, right? Okay. Anuradhapura, Air Force base again, hondala dina ned. Right? Palavi, right? Atmalana. Puggal, right? Veeravileva, name, right? There are some airports based here, airport based in Athena. Airports in Athena. Harbors with Varayan, right? Find out the sign of the ship here. Methi nave rupitinane lassan. Sign of ship. Navy route. Trincomalee, natural harbour. Right, Goal Harbour. Then Colombo Harbour. Colombo. The main harbours in Sri Lanka. The next one. Pagodas means today. Pagodas means we have Chaitya with you, right? Chaitya, right? Pagodas. 92 with the Menaldi committee. This one. Neemtale, Anuradhapura, Madirigiri, Polonnaru, right? Yabahur, right? Alubihar, Mayangan. There are so many things. Sorry, good afternoon. Samara, Ambar, right? Calorie. Okay. They are pagodas. Then Hindu Kovil, for the Hindu Kovil, right? Nallur Kovil, look at the sign here. Or Kovil, look at Mani Green one. Balantin. Identify them. Nallur Kovil. Tirukoneshwaram Kovil, Hari. Right. Koneshwaram Kovil. Chilao Mehala Munneswaram Kovil, right? You can find out them also. Then church and mosque. Maybe finally maybe Muslim mosque Muslim especially in Batticlo area, mosque right? Church Madu Church, right? Utlam right? We can find out them also. The next one. Look at this one. Botanical gardens. That means the botanical garden means the expenses are on here. Cut off botanical garden means Uddita Udyana, right? Uddita Udyana. Botanical gardens, right? Pera. What's the mark here? What is the mark here? There are some flowers here. Multi big mark captain. Anthurium roses wage may multi big mark captain, right? Find out them also. Pera vertical garden. Exams then Hunkel vertical garden, right? The next one. Put it on the mic, please. Mic soccer. Chanumi. Right, the next one. World Heritage Site. That means the local Urma Pradesh, right? Children in Sri Lanka, we can find. When we talk about the World Heritage Sites, okay, they are two kinds. What are they? Natural World Heritage and man-made World Heritage. Minisa visin sadhaku menme lokurumen saha sabhavik lokurumen akada dekak tiyanna, right? In Sri Lanka, we can find out two natural World Heritage. We can find out two natural World Heritages. They are Singharaja and Central Hills. First is Central Hills Singharajas and Central Hills. When we talk about the man-made World Heritage, we can find out Damulla Cave Temple, Amrapur Sacred City, Polonnaru Sacred City, then Kandy Sacred City, then Gaul Fort, Galu. They are the and Sigiriya. They are the man-made World Heritage Sites in Sri Lanka, right? Let's find out it. Hey, it is mentioned as a sign of a globe. Globe sign. Right. Hey, Anuradhapura, right? We can find out that one. Polonnaru was Sigiriya, right? Damulla, then Kandy, Singaraja, and gold. Right. Okay, the next part, next sign here. Children, archaeological site. If you don't know meaning, please write them up. The botanical garden means Udyan, right? Then archaeological sites means Puravidyasthana. It is given with this sign. When make sign get familiar with these things. Right? Then archaeological site, Puravidyasthana. Right? Let's find out some of them. In Andhra area, Naru area, we can find out them frequently. Then Raja, right? In most places, we can find out that, right? Right. Okay, they are archaeological sites. The next one. Wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries. That means Vanajeevi Abhay. Okay, it is given as this figure. Figure of elephant and grasses. Look at that conventional sign. Let's find out some wildlife sanctuaries today. Please tell me some names here. Find them from the map, please. The
Yala National Park,
National Park, another one.
Forest Reserve, Sri Mahabodhi,
Sri Mahabodhi,
sorry, sir, Vilpattu.
Right? Then another one.
Galway National Park,
Galway National Park, Madhuru National Park. Oh, girls,
Udawalava National Park.
Sorry?
Asgamo National
Madirigiri.
Park.
Udawalava National Park.
Ah.
Madirigiri.
Pinnala elephant operation. Grasses grasses can normally Nokia can make a Pinnala elephant operation. Ali Anata. Right. Okay, only few of them have given here. Keep back up right? Udawalava, right? Yala National Park, Galway, Madhuru, right? Then put a Madirigiri Galagan, maybe Vasco Modi, Vasco National Park, Vasco, clear? It would spread out Lavi, would have carry with Lavi, right? Vasco National Park, right? And in here we can find out Chundikulam Bird Sanctuary. Right? Somewhere. It's strange. Chundikulam Bird Sanctuary. Chundikulam, Kurlu Paradisya, Kurlu Abe Bhumi. Most of the birds can be seen here, but Kurlu and migrant birds can be seen here. But Sanjara Pashu Balagan Chundikulam Bird Sanctuary, Popilai Bird Sanctuary, Popilai Bird Sanctuary. It is mentioned by this sign. But it is emphasized by this sign. Popilai Bird Sanctuary. Chundikulam Bird Sanctuary. The next one, public tourist beach. Public tourist beach, right? May Verlatirian, Pogu Verlatirian, Sanchana Verlatirian. Sri Lanka is popular for golden beaches for the Lanka plus the golden beaches Lanka with some last very But think about some western countries, some the sandy beaches are somewhat black in color. Or a country is minerals they have a gold color hand so Sri Lankan beaches are somewhat beautiful. Especially Maldives and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Maldives like beach last right? Especially southern coast of Sri Lanka and the eastern coast of Sri Lanka. ඒ කියන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ දකුණු දිග වෙරළ තීරය සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නැගෙනහිර වෙරළ තීරය, right? මෙන්න මේ areas ගත්තාම we can find out so many beautiful beaches here, right? Okay, then let's look at the tell me some beautiful beaches in Sri Lanka. Can you look at it? Some of the famous ones. Tell me some famous ones here.
Nilavali.
Nilaveli. Another one.
Pasikuda.
Pasikuda. Okay.
Nigambo.
Tangal Beach, right? Tangal is also famous. Then.
Matar.
ඔය මාතර තංගල් ඒ තමයි ගන්න ඔය ග්ලෝ හෝල් එකේමත් තියෙනවා නේද ඔය උම්මානියම අපිට හම්බෙන්නේ නේද? එතකොට ඒවා අපිට හම්බෙනවා. හික්කඩුව coral reefs, right? එතකොට coral reef බලා ගන්නත් පුළුවන් අපිට නේද? හික්කඩුව. There's a උණවටුන හික්කඩුව, right? නිගම්බෝ Browns beach අපිට හම්බෙනවා නේද ඔය නිගම්බෝ වල, right? නිගම්බෝ. නිගම්බෝ. Oh, yeah, Ventoda, right. And in Jaffna region also we can find out some beaches. But thank you, then especially Dale for the class beach, right? Then right. Then and Marble Beach, Marble Beach, Jungle Beach again. Goal Jungle Beach, Marble Beach, right? Okay, there are some attractive beaches in Sri Lanka, right? Sorry?
Mount Levin.
Oh, Mount Lavinia, right. Oh, Mount Lavinia, right. Then, right. Then, waterfalls. Hey, you have given this mark with the name mark, right? Waterfalls are given with this mark, right? Now, children, you have to find out some waterfalls in Sri Lanka, right? Look at the map and tell me.
Lakshapana Falls.
Lakshapana Falls. Then, Pambarakanda. Another one.
Dialuma Falls.
Dialuma. Irumiyala. Just tell me what you know. Come on. Baker's Falls. Dunhida. Dialuma. Devon's Falls.
Pambarakanda.
Ravana Falls, right? Okay. There are some students from Badullagi also, I think. Badullagi class they know well about those areas, right? Unlike us, then mountain peaks, Tandupanti. Hey, it is this mark, when the main mark in the mic, right? Mountain peaks. Tell me some main mountain ranges in Sri Lanka.
Adams Peak.
Adams Peak.
Piduruthalagala. Golden. Knuckles.
Knuckles Range. Knuckles Mountain Range.
Kokagala.
Sorry? Okay. There are so many mountain ranges like this. Okay, we got to but not as much height as the Central Hills and Samragamu Hills ones. Okay, there are none of right? Or main ones ka Kirigal, Kottara, Gala, Namunukula, right? Knuckles, right? But another. Right? Adams Peak. The key will depend on the heading of the map. If you make heading it's a tourist sites and roads. There are different types of maps. So depending on the heading of the map, the key will be different. මේ key එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. සිතියේ මේ වර්ගය අනුව. සිතියේ අනුව, right? Then children, index. Map index, okay? බලන්න මේ example එකක් මම පෙන්නන්න මෙතන නැහැ. මම ඔයාලට මගේ map book එකකින් පෙන්නන්නම්, right? It's Oxford map book. Oxford එකට බලන්න ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, at the end of the map book, we can find out this kind of part. මෙන්න මේ වගේ කොටසක් තියෙනවා. close කරලා පෙන්නන්න. It consists of latitudes, longitudes. මේ බලන්න මේ you can find out the name of the places. ස්ථාන වල නම් ටික පේනවා. And some letters, some numbers are given for relevant places, right? ඒ ස්ථාන වලට අංකෙකුත් තියෙනවානේ. And latitudes are ඔය lat කියලා තියෙන්නේ. වෙන එකක් නෙමෙයි. Lat means latitudes, අක්ෂාංශ. Longitudes, දේශාංශ, right? You have given by using latitudes and longitudes, we can find out the exact location of any place in the world, right? ලෝකයේ ඕන තැනක ස්ථානය හරියටම හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ latitudes, longitudes භාවිතා කරලා. Clear? අන්න. ඔන්න ඔබ තමයි අපි index කියලා කියන general index කියලා කියනවා. There are so many pages sitting මේ world map එකක් නේ. මේ කියන්නේ atlas එකක් නේ, world atlas එකක් නේ. ඉතින් මේ වගේ ගොඩක් පිටු අපිට බලන්න ගන්න පුළුවන්. It includes many pages about the index, right? Regarding index, right? All the main locations in Sri Lanka, all the main locations in the world have been emphasized in this map, right? ඒ ඔක්කොම තැන් ටික emphasize කරලා දීලා තියෙනවා. Map index එක, right? And index compiled according to the alphabetical order පුතේ. අකාරාදී පිළිවෙලට තමයි යන්නේ. ලස්සනට නේද? A B C D පිළිවෙලට යනවා. Is set in a map book. මම ඔයාලට පෙන්නන්නම්. බලන්න. මේ බලන්න. ඔක්කොම තියෙන්නේ පටන් ගන්න තියෙන්නේ මොකෙන්ද? Begins from the countries of letter A. මේ මෙතන මාක් කළොත් letter A කියලා මේ මම. Letter A is marked here. ඔන්න බලන්න. A. Alphabetical order එකකින් යනවා කියලා කිව්වේ ඒකයි. Clear? And A අපේ පටන් ගන්නද? Places that begins from B, C, it's going to be nominal, right? An index compiled according to the alphabetical order is set in map books. It is helpful to find the location of a certain place. යම් තැනක යම් ස්ථානයක් අපිට හරියටම හොයාගන්න හැකි by with the help of this index, right? Index එක භාවිතයෙන්. The relevant index to the road map of Sri Lanka shown on page number 104 to 109 in the book ජාතික හිතියම් සංග්‍රහය national map books, right? මේ ජාතික හිතියම් සංග්‍රහයේ පොතේ තියෙනවා පිටුවක 104 109 දාර්ශනිකපාද ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ මාර්ග හිතියම් ටික. The relevant index of the road, සිතියම් නෙමෙයි සිතියම් පොතේ අදාළ මේ the relevant index to the road map of Sri Lanka මාර්ග හිතියම් වලට අදාළ index එක දීලා තියෙනවා, right? Then children, on pages 110 to 140 in the same book, right? We can find out the relevant index to the road map of Sri Lanka shown on page number 104 to 109. Map stick page number 104 වල 109 දක්වා කොටස තියෙනවා. Index is given in the page numbers 110 to 140. 110 114 එකේ ඒකේ index එක තියෙනවා. Right? ඒක ළඟම තියෙනවානේ. There is a grid on these maps. There is a grid on these maps and they are named by letters horizontally and by numbers vertically, right? Think of the letters my letters horizontally, letters, and by numbers vertically. Accordingly, the location of a place can be found by observing the grid of the map with reference to the letters and numbers in English. Numbers English numbers letters katawa. Sorry. Right. In higher grades, you can learn more about it. Look on to the producer. But what's right already, right? I think that's what you have to learn. Copying maps. Right? I think part of that, copying maps. Let's do some map markings. අපි පොඩක් map marking එකක් එහෙම කරමු. Right? ඔය ටික මේක කරමු ඈ. හරි. Children, look at this can be done in different ways. පුතේ සිතියම් ඩොට් කිරීම එක එක ආකාරයෙන් කර හැකියි. Methods of copying have developed with technology. අද වෙනකොට නම් ඉතින් මේක උදා දිනුලා තියෙනවා නේද? Machines තියෙනවා, right? Copying by using tissue papers, right? Thing. Tissue paper එකක් තියලා නේද? First of all, you have to put a tissue paper on the map. සිතියම උඩින් tissue paper එකක් තියෙනවා. Then you have to draw the margins here. ඒකේ margins ටික ඇඳ ගන්න සීමා ටික. Then take that tissue paper. Then මේ paper එක ගන්න. And put that tissue paper and on the paper that you have to trace it. ඔයාලට පිටපත් කරගන්න ඕන ඒ පොතෙන් හරි කොලෙන් හරි තියන්න. Then draw the margins again. Then ආය margin ටික අපරක් අඳින්න අර tissue paper එක උඩ. Then that mark will be on your paper. ඉතින් අර mark එක වැදලා තියෙනවා ඔගේ පිටුවේ. Then again draw that margins, right? ඒ margin ටික ඉතින් ආය අපරක් ඇඳලා හරි. ඔයාලට copying maps කරන්න. Copying by using tissue paper. Photocopying. Photocopying, not printing. Right. ඔන්න අද කාලේ තියෙන ක්‍රම ටික, right? That's all. ඒක අපි ලියාගෙන ඉන්නවා. Put a star mark and write පුතේ. Put a star mark and write down. අපි අලුත් පුංචි ඉලක්ක ලියාගන්න. At least leave one page. Like if you are using a CR book පුතාලා, you have leave one page for the rest note, right? පිටුවක් විතර ලියාගන්න කලින් note වල. Some ways of copying maps. Some ways of copying maps. Some ways of copying maps. සිතියම් පිටපත් කරන ක්‍රම. Right. Right on the waist here. Copying by using tissue paper, photocopy and printing, right? They are the ways. But the newcomers of Alutalu, you can have two box files after the payments of August, right? You can have box files. I will deliver it free for you, right? Please inform your details, right? You have to mention, you have to give us the name, the district that belong, the address, and the telephone number, right? ඒක අපිට දාන්න payments කරලා පස්සේ අගෝස්තු වලට. Then you can have it. Okay, අපි වෙනවා deliver කරනවා free of charge, right? Box files දෙකක් වාට වෙනවා, right? Right, copying maps, copying my tuition tissue papers, photocopying, printing. Right, on next day we can cover this part. 100% happiness for the right. Then children, let's move to health study. Big health take out your health books and get ready. So
Yeah.
then children, still we are talking about this lesson. Let us balance our emotions, right? Today we can finish it. Other day we finish karano. And today, last day we talk about what are known as emotions, right? අපි කතා කරා. මොනවද මේ චිත්‍රය කියන්නේ කියලා, right? The certain thoughts and feelings that appear in our mind are known as emotions, right? චිත්‍රය කියන්නේ අපි මනසේ කියන හදිසි සිතුවිලි නැත්නම් ඒ දැනීම්, right? Okay, going on to exam එක යනවා. Definitely it will be asked in the exam, right? ඒක බලා ගන්න. Then yeah, not in grade 7, in grade 8, 9 also it will be asked. Everything on higher grades වලත් අහනවා ඈ. Alright, okay. Then we talk about what's mean by emotional balance. අපි කතා කරා. What's mean by emotional balance? මොකක්ද මේ චිත්‍රයක පාලනය කියන්නේ කියලා, right? Emotional balance is the ability to maintain your conduct well by reacting intelligently when you experience an emotion. චිත්‍රයක පාලන වුණාම බුද්ධිමත්ත ඔයා ඒක පාලනය කරගන්නේ කොහොමද? That is emotional balance. චිත්‍රයක පාලනය, right? Then children, we talk about so many examples. අපි example ගොඩාක් කතා කරා නේද? Can you remember the Vipula's and Vipula and Saman's story? අර විපුලගේ සාමාන්‍ය කතාවක් තිබ්බ නේද? ටොයි කාගේ කැඩලා ගහකට දෙන්න. Then right. Factors affecting emotional balance. පොතේ වෙන විදිහකට බලා ගන්න. Factors affecting emotional balance. චිත්තක පාලන බලපාන සාධක. Situation, අවස්ථාව, understanding අවබෝධය, personality අපේ පෞරුෂත්වය, behavior of others, අන්නයගේ හැසිරීම, experience අත්දැකීම්, lifestyle means අපේ ජීවන රටාව, age groups means අපේ වයස් ස්ථානය, right? Then children, at last we talk about this one. අපි අවසානට කතා කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? The skills, some skills that help in maintaining emotional balance. චිත්ත වේග පාලනය කරගන්න දායක වන කුසලතා. Right? Then children, today we are going to talk about the details, right? අපි ටික ලිව්වා. I asked you to write them අපි ලියවපු දේ note එක. But we have to discuss. අපි ඒක සාකච්ඡා කරන්න දෙනවා. අපි සාකච්ඡා කරමු, right? Then children, practice it just now. මේක පාඩම් කරගන්න. Some skills that help in maintaining emotional balance. චිත්ත වේග පාලනය කරන්න දායක වන කුසලතා ටික. What are they? Empathy, that means සහකම්පනය. Number 2, good interpersonal relationships. යහපත් අන්තර්ගත සමන්තා. Number 3, effective communication means ඵලදායී සංවේදනය. Number 4, minimize mental stress means චිත්ත වේග පාලනය. Sorry, මානසික අර්ථ පාලනය. Right, they are the skills that you have to develop towards maintaining emotional balance. Okay, let's talk about them one by one. අද අපි කතා කරමු මේවා එකින් එකට. Clear? The ability to understand another's emotions or feelings in the exact manner is empathy. පුතේ what's mean by empathy? මොකක්ද සහගම්බනය කියලා කියන්නේ? If you understand another's feelings and emotions, පුතේ, right? Then think about if your friend is crying due to a problem. then ප්‍රශ්නයක් යාළුවාට එනවා. If you can understand his or her feelings, ඔයාට තේරෙනවා නේ මටත් උනා නම් මට මේ මටත් මෙහෙමනේ කියලා ඔයාට තේරෙනවා නම්, that is empathy. If you can understand his or her situation, if you can understand his or her feelings, that is empathy. Clear? When children, the ability to understand another's emotions or feelings in the exact manner is empathy. Right? Let's try this one. Definitely there will be a question. What is empathy? What is empathy? What is empathy? Right. Right, the answer is the ability to understand another's emotions or feelings in the exact manner is empathy. Right. The ability to understand another's emotions or feelings in the exact manner is empathy. Right. So let's practice. Right. Then you can understand why the other person reacted in the manner she did and respond accordingly. Then, what why he or she is behaving like this? Then you can respond accordingly. This helps us to develop good qualities of helping others and not ridiculing them. Then, through that skill, through the skill of empathy. Empathy skill you don't ridicule others. You don't mock at others. You will understand them. Clear? And there's a chance to you. You will develop the good qualities of helping others. තව කෙනෙක්ට උදව් කරනවා කියන අන්නේ හොඳ ගුණාංගයක් ඔයා වර්ධනය කරගන්න. Clear? Okay. The number 2 children. අපි number 2 ගත්තා. The second skill that is necessary towards emotional balance is good interpersonal relationships. යහපත් අන්තර්ගත සමතා. In our day-to-day life, we meet different types of people, such as parents, teachers, friends, other students, passengers in buses, etc. But then, within a day, Putana, you will meet different types of people like this. Okay, right? We can minimize problems if we learn to tolerate others' weaknesses and be cooperative and flexible. Okay, there may be some problematic situation. Then, there may be some persons who talk like this. By hurting others' feelings. Some talk like this. Right? And in such situation, you have to tolerate others' ideas, right? You have to tolerate their ideas, others' ideas. And you have to be patient, right? And tolerate others' weaknesses. Clear? Don't always try to tolerate with them, right? Clear? Then next one. දැන් අපි ඔය Gen Z ගත්තාම Gen Z එකේ දැන් ඔයාලා හරි Gen Z පරම්පරාවෙන් ගත්තාම ඒක වැඩි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් right මිලනියස් අනමන ඉතින් උඩ ගත්තාම ඒ වගේ ටිකක් අඩු ඊට සාපේක්ෂව. අලුත් එකේ දැකලා තියෙනවද නේද ඔය? පාරවල් දිගට ගහගන්න. right? හෙල්මට් වලින් ගහනවා. අදාළනේ කවුද කියලා. they don't consider who they are. හරි. ගුරුවරයාටත් ඔය ගහලා තියෙන්නේ සර් කෙනෙක්ටත් නම් ඉස්කෝලේ. Then we can minimize problems if we learn to tolerate others' weaknesses and be cooperative and flexible. අපි නම්ශීලී වෙන්න ඕනේ. And be cooperative them. අපි සහගී වෙන්න ඕනේ that එක, right? So thereby we can minimize problems, right? Then children, this helps us to minimize unpleasant situations we come across society. එනම් අපේ සමාජයේ වෙන මේ අපි ආස කරන්නේ නැති මේ අවස්ථාවලින් අපිට වැළකීලා ඒවා ප්‍රශ්න ගැටලුම් කරලා ඉන්න පුළුවන්. You will become a pleasing personality to society as a whole. Hey, if you can manage your emotions well, if you can maintain pleasant relations with others, right? If you can handle the situations well, you will become a pleasing personality in society. Clear? Then children, in the process you will get the cooperation of others. Then there may be many persons to help you. Because you have more friends. There are more connections because of your pleasing personality, because you know how to manage your emotions and how to make connections with others, right? Or how to make connections with others. That's why, okay? Then children, in the process you will get the cooperation of others to solve problems that you face. Clear? So emotional balance, okay? To do emotional balance with maintaining good interpersonal relations is a must. Clear? Effective communication. That means පළදායි සංනිවේදනය. What is that? Especially මෙන්න මේ දෙක අහන්නේ empathy කියන එකයි මෙන්න මේකයි අහනවා. Effective communication, right? Normally it is been asked in your exam, right? Exam එකේ විතරම අහනවා. What's meant by effective communication? Effective communication means listening to others' views patiently. අනිත් අයගේ මතවාද වලට සාවධානව සවන් දෙන්න, යොසින් සවන් දෙන්න ඕන. And expressing your ideas clearly, children. Effective communication means නම් පළදායි සංනිවේදනය. When you are communicating with others, right? දැන් ඔයා අනිත් පැත්තෙන් කතා බහ කරනකොට සංනිවේදනය කරනකොට you have to listen to the others' ideas patiently. ඉවසීමෙන් අනිත් අයගේ සවන් දෙන්න වෙනවා. Right? And you have to tolerate others' ideas. ඔයාට අනිත් අයගේ මත දරා ගන්න වෙනවා. And you have to express your ideas clearly and accurately. ඔයාගේ අදහස් ටික නිවැරදිව කාර්යක්ෂමව හරි විදිහට ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න වෙනවා. පැහැදිලිව කියන්න වෙනවා. Clear? Thereby you can minimize problems without any misunderstanding, right? අනවබෝධයක් ඇති නොවී හොඳට එතකොට ගැටලු නිරාකරණය කරන්න පුළුවන්. Clear? So effective communication is much important. Clear? By exchanging ideas clearly, we can minimize problems, work efficiently when working as a team. Clear then? Especially working as a team. When you are working as a team, right? You can minimize many problems due to effective communication. Express your ideas clearly. Again, accurately. And listen to the other's ideas also. If you are a leader, right? Or right? You have to listen to the other's ideas, okay? Or right? And they may suggest you what a Yojana you have to take care of them, you may have to consider them, right? So especially when you are going to be a leader, you have to develop such kind of things, right? Effective communication, right? Under the leadership qualities, right? Effective communication. Clear? Then children, you have to write this one. What is known as effective communication? What is known as effective communication? What is known as effective communication? Right. Then this is the answer. Effective communication means listening to others' views patiently and expressing your ideas clearly. Right, children. I think time is enough. Then the next skill, the last one, minimize mental stress. Today, when you talk about emotional balance, okay, you have to minimize mental stress also. മാനസിക ആർത്തിക്ക് അടുക്കര കാണണം. Clear? You may remember learning in grade 6 what you should do when you have unpleasant or stressful emotions, right? Yeah, හයිදරි කතා කරාවද ඒවාද? What you should do when you have unpleasant emotions or stressful emotions. ආර්ථිකාරී අවස්ථාවකදී. නැත්නම් අයහපත් චිත්‍රයක ඇති වුණාම what you had to do. මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? When you got jealous, when you got anger, when you got sadness, if you scared, ඔයා බය වුණාම, තරහ ගියාම, right? දුක හිතුණාම, when you got jealous or ඉරිසියාව හිතුණාම, especially girls නේද, right? මොකද කරන්න අපි? What you had to do? You have given a list here. In grade 6 also we learn about them. අපි හයත් කතා කරා. In grade 7 also you have given. But actually in grade 8 also, 9 also you can find out anything. ඒ අවුරුද්දල සාමාන්‍ය මේවා විතරම කියන්න දේවල්. Right? Commonly you have write these things. Okay? What you can do when you have unpleasant emotions. අයහපත් චිත්තයක ඇති වුණාම ඔයා මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? Number 1. Avoid such situation. එවන් අවස්ථා මග අරින්න. Don't actually don't remain in those situations, right? එවන් පුතේ අවස්ථාවල ඉන්න යන්න එපා ඉතින්, right? Don't, you can skip that place, you can skip that situation ඒ අවස්ථාව, you can skip that people also. ඒ පුද්ගලයෝ ඉන්නවා නම් එහෙම අයත් වෙලා යන්න, right? ඔයාලට නිකන් set වෙන දෙයක් නේද? Avoid such situation. එවන් අවස්ථා මග අරගන්න, right? Listen to a song or play a game. එක සින්දුවක් අහන්න, ප්‍රසෙල්ලමක් කරන්න. Count from 1 to 10 slowly. You can do it with your mind, okay? මනසින් මේක කරගන්න. කෑ ගාලා ගණන් කරන්න ඕනේ. Count from 1 to 10 slowly. Meaning 1 2 3 එහෙම ඔයා මනසින් ගණන් කරගන්න, right? Take deep breaths quietly. ගැඹුරු හුස්මක් ගන්න, නිශ්ශබ්දව ගන්න. හරි? සාද කරන්නේ නැහැ, right? Take deep breaths quietly. Clear? Drink a glass of water slowly. වතුර වීදුරුවක් සෙමින් පානය කරන්න කියලා කියනවා. Drink a glass of water slowly. Clear? Then sip by sip. ඕක අපි කියනවා උගුරෙන් උගුර හිමීට බොන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. හරි? Not at once. එකපාරට කුජු කරලා බොන්නේ නැහැ. තේරුණාද? Last one. Engage in a method of meditation that you know. ඔබ දන්නා භාවනාවක් කරන්න කියලා කියනවා, right? Then you can engage in a suitable meditation that you know. ඔබ දන්න ගැළපෙන භාවනාවක් කරන්න කියලා කියනවා, right? Alright. The other things, the other ways that you can minimize you can manage your emotions, right? What you can do when you have unpleasant emotions. Write the question here. ප්‍රශ්න වෙනස් කරන්න දෙයක්වත් අපි ඒකම ලියගමු. Right. Write the answers here. At least write 4 out of them. අපි හතරක් අපි ලියගමු. At least write 4. At least try it for all of them. Hadarak katta biliyum. If it is so, please mention Putala. I think time is enough for this Putala. Then shall we do the next part? Okay. Right. Next part, children. When you feel emotions such as anger, sadness, or jealousy, try to divert your attention to something else. පුතේ දැන් ඔයාලට තරහක් දුකක් ඉරිසියාවක් ආවම ඒ ආකාරක වෙනස් කරන්න කියලා කියනවා, right? Try to divert your attention to something else. වෙනත් දෙයකට අවධානය යොමු කරන්න කියලා කියනවා. And later think about it and identify the reason for it. පස්සේ ඒක හිතන්න හේතුව හොයාගන්න. Why it is appeared. ඇයි එහෙම වුනේ මට කියලා බලන්න. Meditation helps you to avoid unpleasant emotions and helps you to relax. Okay, භාවනාව මගින් ඔයාලට නේද ආයහපත් චිත්‍රයක අයින් කරගන්න පුළුවන් and helps you to relax. ඔයාලට සහනයක් විවේකයක් ගන්න. Actually, يعني when you are in studying age පුතාලා දැන් you are in studying age ඉගෙන ගන්න කාලේ ඇත්තටම ඉන්නේ හැමෝම. I think you are in schooling age, then engaging in meditation is very compulsory for you. පුතා භාවනාවක් කරන එක ඇත්තටම ඔයාලට හොඳයි. You can manage your attention, pay your attention to, and you can improve the focus, right? මේ අවධානය වගේ දේවල් හොඳට හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. Right? Your minds are so spread, right? ගොඩක් කල විසිරන දේවල් හිතේ ගොඩක් වෙලා නේද? ගොඩක් හිත විසිරලා තියෙන ඉතින් you can focus on one thing by engaging in meditation. ගොඩක් කලකට එක දෙයක් ගැන හොඳට focus කරන් ඉතින් භාවනා කරලා මේකට. Clear? And it's a good deed also නේද? හොඳ පින් අධි වැඩක් අනික. ඉතින් ඒක කරන්න ඉතින් ඔයාලා. Then in school you are not engaging in meditation then. ඔයාලා ඉස්කෝලේ ඉතින් බොරු වන්නේ කරන්නේ ඇත්තටම මේ භාවනා කරනවා කියලා. You are behaving like this and like you look like this. හොරෙන් බලනවා ඉන්නවා. Teaching others, right? නේද? කිචි කවනවා නම් මනම් කරනවා. ඕමනේ කරන්නේ. But honestly engage in meditation in your home, right? අවංකවම ගෙදර පුංචි වෙලාවත් භාවනා කරන්න, right? After or you are offering you are engaging in worship in activities according to religion, right? According to your religion, they engage in a suitable meditation, right? Sorry. Then next one, computation number 127. The importance of emotional balance. Okay, why the emotional balance is important? What is important? Avoid unpleasant feelings that arise with stressful emotions. ආදිතිකාරී තත්ත්වයන් චිත්ත වේග ඔස්සේ ඇතිවන මෙන්න මේ අයහපත් හැඟීම් ගැනීම වළඳ ගන්නට ඕනේ. So you have to do emotional balance. You have to manage emotions, right? චිත්ත වේග පාලනය කර ගන්න වෙනවා. So you have to do emotional balance. Number 2, developing self-esteem. ආත්මාභිමානය වර්ධනය කර ගන්න ඕනේ. If you want to, then think about the hierarchy of human needs. මිනිස් අවස්ථාවල දුරාවලියේ in the top level we can find out is self-esteem, right? අපිට ආත්මාභිමානය කියන දේ උඩින් හම්බෙන දෙයක්. The basic needs are at the bottom. මූලික අවස්ථා food, wear, water are at the bottom. ඒක යටම තියෙන්නේ. The secondary needs like education, love, security. ඕවා ද්විතීයික අවස්ථා නේද? Clothing, shelter, secondary needs. So හැමෝම එනකොට self-esteem is in the top level. උඩම හරිය තමයි තියෙන අපිට උනා හම්බෙන්නේ self-esteem එක. The highest one is self-actualization. උඩම එක හම්බෙනවා අපි grade 9 කතා කරන එක self-actualization. ආත්ම සාක්ෂාත්කරණය, right? Then children developing self-esteem. Okay, by emotional balance. චිත්‍රයක පාලනය මගින් you can achieve self-esteem. වාට ආත්මාභිමානය කියන දේ ළඟා කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So what is my self-esteem? මොකක්ද ඒ කියන්නේ? The pride that generate within you about your skills and talents, right? ඔගේ විදිහේ හැකියාගෙන කුසලතාවගෙන ඔයා තුළ ඇති වෙන මොකද්ද මෙන්න මේ නිහතමානී ආඩම්බරය. That is self-esteem. Okay. Number 3, developing good interpersonal relationships and becoming a person with pleasing, pleasant personality, right? Okay, you have to, right, maintain good relations with others. ඔයාට සිද්ධ වෙනවා අනිත් පැත්තක හොඳින් ඉන්න. For that one, you have to manage your emotions well. ඉතින් යාළුවොත් එක්ක ඉන්නකොට චිත්ත වේග හරියට පවත්වා ගන්න වෙනවා. Clear? Thereby you can achieve this one. ඒ ඔක්කොම කරොත් තමයි මෙන්න මේක achieve කරගන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද්ද? You can become a pleasant personality. ලස්සන පෞරුෂත්වයේ මිනිසෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Number 4, developing your capacity to cope with challenges by enhancing your efficiency. That means developing your capacity to cope with challenges by enhancing your efficiency. ඔයාගේ කාර්යක්ෂමතාවය වර්ධනය කරගෙන අභියෝග වලට මුහුණ දීමේ ධාරිතාවය වැඩි කර ගන්න පුළුවන්. Children, there may be problematic situations in your life today. In everyone's life, we have problems. ඉතින් හැමෝටම ජීවිතේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවානේ. But and there are challenges. අභියෝග තියෙනවානේ, right? We have to cope with them. දරා ගන්න වෙනවා. We have to overcome them. Right? We have to tolerate them. දරා ගන්න වෙනවා. ඒවත් එක්ක ගනුදෙනු කරන්න වෙනවා. We have to cope with them, right? And we have to overcome them. අපි ජය ගන්න ඕනේ. So by emotional balance you can do them. අන්න ඒවා emotional balance වලින් කරගත්ත හැකි. Then think about like this. Someone is suffering from a problem, right? යමෙක් ප්‍රශ්නයක ඉන්නවා. And he is suffering from severe sadness. Then ගොඩක් දුකින් මෙයා ඉන්නේ. යාගේ emotion එක මොකද්ද? Sadness, disappointment, කලකිරීම, දුකනේ මෙයා ගාව තියෙන්නේ. If you can't, if that person can't bear or tolerate those emotions, they will suicide. එයාට දරා ගන්න බැරි නම් පුතා එයා චිත්ත වේගයට මොකද කරන්නේ? එයා දිවිනහ ගන්නවා. තේරුණාද? Then there was a video එකක් තිබ්බනේ. ළඟ දර එල්ලනකොට කොල්ලෙක් ඉඳි පව් ඒ අම්මලා එන්න. The mother is hanging that body. ඒ අම්මයි ළමයාගේ ඇඟ බදා ගන්නවා. ඒ පව්. පුතා we have to be wise. අපිට මොලයක් තියෙන එකට we have to be wise. අපි හිතන්න ඕනේ. Right? You have to think about others. How the others will bear that sorrow. අනිත් අය කොහොමද දුක දරා ගන්න. අපි හිතන්න ඕනේ. Right? You have to think about others also, not only yourself. අපි කෙනෙක් විතරක් නෙමෙයි අපි හිතන්න ඕනේ. Clear? There are so many people that love you. ඔබට ආදරේ ගොඩක් මිනිස්සු තව ඉන්නවා. Right? So you have to think about them. Your parents, your teachers, grandmothers, grandfathers, right? Portray on it. So we have to think wisely with it. And first of all, love yourself. අපි අපිට ආදරය කරන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා නේද? You have to love yourself, right? Then children. So you have to cope with these challenges, right? මේ අභියෝග දරා ගන්න වෙනවා, right? So by emotional balance, you can develop the capacity to cope with challenges. මේ අභියෝග වලට මුහුණ දීමේ ධාරිතාවය වැඩි කරගත්තා එක මේ emotional balance තුලින්. Okay. Then children, by this question ප්‍රශ්න clear නේද? අපිට. Write down the importance of emotional balance. Write down the importance of emotional balance. Write down the importance of emotional balance. So you have given four importances here. At least write 3 out of them. Apa tiaga? So if it is all, please inform me. Then we can do the next part. Right. Today, they are actually from this month, Pudana, we skip from the LMS. අපි එල්ලෙම්ස් එකෙන් ඈත් වුණා නේද? Like now we are conducting the classes like the previous year, right? දැන් අපි කලින් අවුරුද්ද වගේම ක්ලාස් එක කරන්නේ එල්ලෙම්ස් එකෙන් අපි ඈත් වුණා ප්‍රශ්න නිසා නේද? There are so many technical faults පොඩි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා ඇත්තම මේකේ. Then like the previous year, the calling out the game, we are going to make few groups, separate groups for each grade. අපි හදනවා දැන් payments කරලා දැන් there's common group. පොදු group එකක් තියෙනවා main එක තියෙනවානේ. main එකට අමතරව for the um, for those who do the payments, right? Payments කරන අයට දැන් අපි කොහොමද හත් දෙකක් free දෙනවනේ ඉතින්. First week, second week free. Third week එකට එන්න පුළුවන්. payments කරලා ඒ group එකට add වෙන්න. ඒකට තමයි අපි link දාන්නේ. ඔක්කොම share කරන්න link අනමං share කරන්න ඒකට. right? එතකොට අපි health කරන දරුවෝ ඉන්නවා. යාට වෙනම group එකක් හැදෙනවා. ඉතින් අර එහෙම groups හැදෙනවා, right? Okay. Then I will inform you about more to the group, okay? My group එක හරහා මම පොඩි විස්තර ටිකක් දාලා තියෙනවා. Right. And do the payments and please send me the receipts and the other transactions only to that official number, right? අර මම number එකක් දාලා තියෙනවා අපි වෙනදා අපි එක්සෙප් දාන්නේ. මගේ personal number එකට දාන්න එපා. ඔයාලා නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබ්බොත් මට දාන්න message එක. But please put those slips and other things to that number, right? ඒ number එකට දාන්න, right? මගේ personal number එකට දාන්න කවුරුත් ඔයාලා මකට ගැටලුවක් තිබ්බොත් if you have a problem you can ask anything from me මගේ මොන දෙයක් අහන්න. call එකක් දෙන්න message එකක් දාන්න ඉනිෂ ගන්න නැහැ. slip number නම් අට දාන්න ඈ. right. Then children, next part. Maintaining emotional balance within the family. Maintaining emotional balance within the family, right? පවුල තුල චිත්‍රයක පාලනය පවත්වා ගැනීම, right? Okay. Man has various needs. You know that wala? A human being has some basic needs, especially food, water, and air. And also they have secondary needs. For example, love and security, right? Protection, then education, then shelter, clothing, right? And again, basic needs like food, water, and air. Man also has needs such as housing, clothes, and accessories. Accessories is upanga, education, security, and love. They are also some secondary needs of man, right? The children, if these needs are fulfilled, පුතා මේ අවස්ථා ඉටු නොවුනොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? What will happen? One develops negative emotion. යමෙක් තුළ අයහපත් චිත්‍රයක ඉන්න පුළුවන්. For example, anger. And they live with anger about society. සමාජයේ කියන වෛරයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන මිනිස්සු. Anger. Jealousy ඊර්ෂ්‍යා කරනවා. Sadness එක දුක හිතෙනවා. Clear? Disappointment කලකිරීම, right? Example. Someone noticed that his friend Nirodha was sad. මේක කලින් කතාවක් නේද තියෙන්නේ. right. ඔන්න බලගන්නකෝ. ඔන්න බලගන්න. Someone noticed that his friend Nirodha was sad. Then someone noticed that. Someone then තේරුම් ගත්තා that his friend Nirodha was sad. Nirodha කියන යාළුවා ටිකක් දුකෙන් ඉන්නේ. ඔය කන්වර්සේෂන් විතරම හම්බෙනවා සාමාන්‍ය නිරෝධ එක තමයි එහෙම. Then the Nirodha was inattentive in class, right? ඒ අවධානය හිටියේ නැහැ. attentive කියන අවධානය ඉන්නේ. ඒකට අවධානය හිටියේ නැහැ කියලා කියනවා. He had his head down on the desk. Then desk එකේ ඔළුව තියන් නිරෝධ ඉඳලා තියෙන්නේ, right? When someone inquired as to why he was sad, Nirodha told him that his father had lost his job and that they had financial difficulties. Then Nirodha දුකෙන් එනවා ඔළුව තියන් desk එකේ. Someone asked what the reason for that one. අයි මොකද්ද මේ කියලා අහලා. Then Nirodha informed that his father had lost his job. තාත්තට රස්සාව නැති වෙලා. And that they had financial difficulties. ඒ නිසා ආර්ථික ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා පුතා. These are usual problems පුතේ. දැන් මේවා හැමෝටම වෙන ප්‍රශ්න පුතේ. හරි. We don't know about our future. අපි අනාගතය අපි ගැන අපි දන්නේ නැහැනේ. Business වැටෙනවා, රස්සාව නැති වෙනවා, ප්‍රශ්න එනවා, ලෙඩ දුක් හැදෙනවානේ. So these are some certain situations, right? මේ හදිසි අවස්ථා. Right? Then children, he had not had his breakfast that day. එයා දවල්ට කාලක් නැහැ. Someone immediately shared his food with Nirodha. Someone ඉක්මනින් මෙයාගේ කෑම එක නිරෝධක්ෂයා කරගත්තා. After that meal, නිරෝධ became active again. I නිරෝධ active වුණා. He attended to his school work happily. අන්න එයා ඒ වටික හරියට කරගෙන ගියා කියලා කියනවා. අන්න basic needs පුතේ. Without fulfilling that basic need, he can't acquire other things. එයාගේ basic needs ඉටු නැත්තම් can he achieve other needs? අනිත් දේවල් ළඟා කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද? No. In the above example, you would have understood that Nirodha became unhappy because he couldn't fulfill his basic need of food. එයා දුකෙන් තියෙන නිසා. He was suffering from sad, right? When a basic need is not satisfied, පුතේ මූලික අවශ්‍යතාවකට උන් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ. It is difficult to pay attention to other vital needs such as education. තවත් උතුම් අවශ්‍යතා තියෙන අධ්‍යාපනය වගේ. You can't focus on them without fulfilling such basic needs, right? ඉතින් ඔයාලේ ප්‍රශ්න නැහැනේ හැමෝටම නේද? පොඩක් සලකනවා දෙමාපියෝ නේද? පොඩක් බලා ගන්නවා. Then you can focus your attention on your education there, right? The members of your family contribute in different ways to fulfill your needs and requirements. Children, the members of your family, ඔයාගේ පවුලේ සමාජිකයෝ contribute in different ways. දායක වෙනවා එක එක ආකාරයෙන්. For what? මොකටද? To fulfill your needs and requirements. ඔයාගේ අවශ්‍යතා උනාට කරන්නට. Your parents work hard to provide you food. දැන් පුතේ ගොඩක් ඔයාලගේ දෙමාපියෝ මහන්සි වෙනවානේ for what? මොකටද? To give you good food, හොඳ ආහාර වට ලබා දෙන්න. To give you clothes, ඔයාලට ඇඳුම් පැළඳුම් ලබා දෙන්නට. To give you accessories, ඔයාලට අවශ්‍ය උපකරණ ලබා දෙන්නට. And other requirements සහ අනිකුත් දේවල් ලබා දෙන්න ගොඩක් මහන්සි වෙනවා. You also have a duty and responsibility to help them in this regard. ඔයාලත් දැනගන්න ඕනේ දෙමාපියන්ට උදව් කරන්න, right? If you have a free time, you can help your mother, you help your father, and you can be a good child, right? හොඳ ළමයෙක් විදිහට ඉන්න පුළුවන් නේද? You can follow the rules and regulation in society. සමාජයේ ඔය නීති රීති අනුගමනය කරගෙන ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕනේ, right? So you have to maintain a good personality, right? Likewise. Then you have so many duties and responsibilities. You have to educate well, right? හොඳ ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන අපි නේද? You have to do education activities well, right? Then likewise, you have to manage your emotion. Then let us consider the various requirements that should be fulfilled within the family. Right? Let us consider the various requirements with avashta. Let us consider the various requirements that should be fulfilled within the family. Paula tula itu avashta. Right? Okay, number 1. Basic needs and requirements. Within the family, the basic needs, right? මූලික අවශ්‍යතා ටික requirements මේ අවශ්‍ය දේවල් ටික හිටු වෙන්න ඕනේ. Number 2, self esteem, right? මූලික ආත්මාභිමානය තියෙන්න ඕනේ හැමෝටම, right? You have self esteem means children the pride that generate within you about your skills and talents and the potentials, right? ඔයගේ හැකියාවගේ විභවයන් වල කුසලතා ගැන ඔයා තුළ ඇති වෙන නිහතමානී ආඩම්බරයක් මේක self esteem. So within the family පුතේ you have to have this one. ඔයා තුළ මේක ඇති වෙන්න ඉඩ හසර තියෙන්න ඕනේ. There should be the opportunities, right? ඒ අවස්ථාව දෙන්න ඕනේ. In some families there are some problems. ඉතින් සමහර පවුල් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. සමහර brothers and sisters වගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. දෙමාපියන්ගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා, right? They are not giving the chance to children. සමහර ළමයින්ට ඒ අවස්ථාව දෙන්න තියෙන පුළුවන් සමහර වෙලාවට. හරි only one sibling can get that chance. එක්ක එකෙන් දෙතරගේ chance එක දෙනවා. ප්‍රශ්න ගොඩයි. හොඳ නැහැ. Then number 3. Good interpersonal relationships. යහපත් අන්තර්පුත්‍ර සම්බන්ධතා. Nowadays we can't find out that one. අද වෙනකොට ඒක ගොඩක් අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා, right? And when you are getting old and old, then ඔයාලා ගොඩක් වෙලා teenage age එකට එනකොට පුතේ ගොඩක් වෙලා දෙමාපියන්ගෙන් දුරස් වෙන්න හදනවනේ අමුතු අංගිනවා ප්‍රශ්න එනවා ගොඩක් වෙලා එනවා නේද? ප්‍රශ්න ගොඩක් වෙලායි. උදාහරණයක් ඒක වැරදි, right? You have to maintain your good connection with your mother and father. අම්මා තාත්තා එක්ක හොඳ කතා බහක් තියෙන්න ඕන. හොඳ සම්බන්ධතාවක් තියෙන්න ඕන. With your siblings, සහෝදර සහෝදරයෝ එක්ක. සමහර enemy සමහර ළමයි ඉන්නවා ඒ සතුරු වගේ ඉන්නේ. සහෝදර එක්ක. ගහ ගන්නවා වැඩ ගන්නවා. They at least they don't know how to talk. කතා කරන්න දන්න තමන්ගේ අයියට අක්කට එන්නේ. එහෙමත් ළමයි ඉන්නවා. Right? So pathetic දුකයි. Then and some children argue with the parent. දෙමාපියෝ එකට එක කියාගෙන එහෙම ඉන්නවා. පුතායි that in that way you can't maintain good interpersonal relations, right? එහෙමනම් බෑ සමන්තා පවත්වා ගන්න එකිනෙකා එක්ක. Actually, the disadvantages is tend towards you. ඒක අවශ්‍ය ඔයාටමයි එන්නේ. Right? So you have to be a good one. You have to win the hearts of others. අනිත් කගේ හොඳට දිනා ගන්න ඕනේ. You have to be a good one. තේරුණාද? හොඳ කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණාද? Okay. මේ ළඟදීත් මට අම්ම කෙනෙක් කියනවා ෆිසිකල් ක්ලාස් එකක. දැන් grade 9 පොල්ලා. දැන් ආගියු කරනවලු කියන දේ අහන්නේ නැහැ මෙහෙමයි කියලා. මම ඊපස්සේ පොඩි ලෙක්චර් එකක් දුන්නා ඊට පස්සේ. Right? Not too bad. හදන්න කළා මම right then ඔයාලත් එහෙමයි. You have to be a good one, okay? You have to cultivate good things පුතේ. If you cultivate good things, you can reap good harvest. ඔයා හොඳ දෙයක් වපුරුවොත් තමයි හොඳ දෙයක් ලැබෙන්නේ. තේරුණාද? Number 4, teamwork, right? Within the family, this requirement also be fulfilled. මේක පවුල තුළ තියෙනවා teamwork. සාමූහික ක්‍රියාකාරකම්. Right? Mother is doing her own work, the father is doing her own work, the children are doing their own work. ළමයි එක තැනක දෙමව්පියෝ එක තැනක එහෙම නෙමෙයි. You have to behave as a team. දෙමව්පියෝ ළමයි හැමෝම එක team එකක ඉන්න ඕනේ. Thereby you can solve the problems properly, right? And it will help towards the progress of the family. එහෙම නැත්නම් පුතේ progress එකක් ඉන්නේ පවුලක. පවුල එතනම අඩාල වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි decline එක තමයි. එහෙම බෑ. Right? For the progress of the family members should work as a whole or as a team. කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙස වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. එකට ඉන්න ඕනේ, right? Teamwork. Equality, සමානතාව, right? All the children were given equal opportunities, right? හැම ළමයෙක්ටම සමාන අවස්ථා දෙන්න ඕනේ. They have to treat equally සමාන සලකන්න ඕන ළමයින්ට. Clear? Then children, number 6, control of stress. ආතතිය පාලනය කරගන්න ඕනේ. Children, there may be stressful situations in your life. There may be problematic situations in your life. But පුතා, don't try to get actually some are oversensitive with it. Some are good oversensitive නේද? Right? So you have to manage them. පාලනය කරගන්න. Right? Actually, right? And you may develop non-communicable diseases, bone on රෝග ඇති වෙන්න පවා පුළුවන්. Clear? So you have to manage your control your stress. Right? And when you work within the family members, when you are working as a family, you have to maintain your stress, right? යාද තියෙන්නේ මට පාලනය කරගන්න ඕන නැත්නම් there may be problems with your family members. නැත්නම් පවුලේ ඇත්ත එකට අන්සර් වල වෙනවා දැස්ස නේද? So it's not a good thing, right? ඒක හොඳ දෙයක් නෙමෙයි අතරම. Number 7. Creation of opportunities. Within the family, the parents and the siblings should create opportunities for others. අනිත් අයට අවස්ථා හදලා දෙන්න ඕන. To improve their talents, to improve their skills, right? Number 8. Mental and physical development. With the help of your mother and father, right? You have to work towards your mental and physical development. Okay, කායික වර්ධනයට සහ පුතේ මෙන්න මේ මානසික වර්ධනයට නේද? ඒ අවශ්‍ය දේවල් වගේ දෙමව්පියෝ ලබා දෙනවා. So they give the necessary support for you, for your mental development, physical development. They will give advice. But this දෙනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ, right? They will give orders and instructions ප්‍රදාන උපදෙස් ඔයාලා ලබා දෙනවා. ඒකට follow them කියන අනුගමනය කරන්න ඕන අපි ඒව නේද? And they will give you a proper nutrition. මේ physical development ගැන they will give you proper nutrition. මිස පෝෂණයක් වඩ ලබා දෙනවා. Right? Fairness. Fairness කියන පද ගාන fairness නෙමෙයි. What is that? සාධාරණත්වය. Right? පැහැපත් බව නෙමෙයි. Not that one. Fairness means සාධාරණත්වය. You have to treat all equally well, right? හැමෝටම සමාන සලකන්න ඕන. Your brothers, sisters, grandmothers, grandfathers, right? Then children, these are the requirements that should be fulfilled within the family. Now, පවුලක් තුළ ඉටු වෙන්න ඕන අවස්ථා ටිකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Right. Let's look at them. That's right then. Write down some requirements that should be fulfilled within the family. Write down some requirements that should be fulfilled in family. For emotional balance. Right. Right, children. Then you can move towards the answers, right? Now let's look at the answers. Then you have given 9 answers here. They at least write 5 out of them. At least write 5 out of them. Right. I think time is enough. Then children, look at this paragraph. Then children, to fulfill these requirements of the family, the members of the family work hard together. The money required for the basic needs like food for the family is earned by the father and the mother. ഈ ഭൗതിക അവസ്ഥകളുടെ പോഷകനെ മുതൽ അമ്മ താത്തായി. Your parents do their best to provide you with the well-prepared food and clean water. ඉතින් ඔයාලට පිටු ජලය මේ ආහාර පාන මුදේ හොඳට ලබා දෙන්නට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැප වෙනවා. They also strive to provide you with clothes and accessories and a house with fresh air. හොඳ නිවසක හොඳ වාතය පිරුනේ හොඳ වාතය පිරු නිවසක් ලබා දෙන්නට. ඇඳුම් පැළඳුම් පාන ලබා දෙනකොට පුතේ ගොඩක් දෙමව්පියෝ මෙන්න මේ වෙහෙසෙනවා, right? Then today evening also හසත් මට අම්ම කෙනෙක් කතා කරා ඒ grade 7 බබේ girl කෙනෙක් දැන් ගිය වාරේ ලකුණු හොඳට තිබ්බා මේ වර අඩු වෙලා මගේ subject එකේ තියෙනවා අනිත් subject ඔක්කොම අඩු වෙලා ඒ girl කෙනෙක් ඉතින් අම්මා කියනවා අපි ඉතුරු කරේ නෑ පුත් ළමයි වෙනුවෙන් මම හැමදේම කරන්න කියලා බලන්න තැන බලන්නේ නෑ එයා ඉන්න level එක nurse කෙනෙක් අම්මා ඉතින් ඔක්කොම ළමයි, right? They provide all the things for you. They හැමදේම දෙමව්පියන් ඔයාලට, right? ඔන්න බලන්න. දැන් ඒකට ඒ දුව පොඩක් කතා කරන්න ඕනේ වෙනම. දැන් ටාගට් එකක් දීලා ඒ ළමයා පොඩක් ගොඩ ගන්න ඕනේ කොහොමද කියලා, right? Then බලන්න. They try their best to give you a good education, right? හොඳ අධ්‍යාපනයක් දෙන්නට ගොඩක් වෙහෙසෙනවා. They also look into your security and protection and give you love and affection. ඉතින් ඔයාලා ආදරය ආරක්ෂාවගේ හැමදේම දෙමව්පියන් ලබා දෙනවා, right? They keep you healthy සෞඛ්‍යමත් තියෙනවා and look after you and provide you with medicine or රැක බලා ගන්නවා බෙහෙත් ඖෂධ ලබා දෙනවා when you are ill අසනීප වුණාම නේද? And keep you fit mentally and physically. ඔයා වැටෙනකොට ඔයා when you go through problems, right? When you undergo problems, they will give a relief to your mind. මනසට සුවයක් දෙනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ නේද කොහොම හරි. Then they keep you mentally and physically fit. කායිකවත් මානසිකවත් හොඳ යෝග්‍යතාවකින් ඒවා තියෙනවා. ඔයාලට වැටෙන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Then the family lays a good foundation for you to develop self-esteem and be good citizen, right? හොඳ පුරවැසියෙක් වෙන්නට, right? හොඳ පදනමක් පවුලෙන් දානවාට. Your parents and other members of the family identify your talents and skills while appreciating your achievements. ඉතින් ඔයාගේ ජයග්‍රහණ පුතේරෙන් මෙන්න මේවා අගය කරමින් නේද? ඔයාගේ කුසලතා හැකියාව දෙමව්පියන් අඳුර ගන්නවා, right? පවුල කට්ටිය අඳුර ගන්නවා. They will identify your talents and skills so that you will achieve your targets sitting on. It will be easy to achieve your targets, right? In a family, it is important that food, clothes, other accessories are shared equally by all. පවුලක හැමෝම අතර මේ හැම දෙයක්ම හරියට බෙදෙන්න ඕනේ. According to the requirement, අය අවස්ථාවෙන් අනුව you begin to learn the basic concept of treating everybody equally from your parents and other adults in the family. මේ සමානාත්මතාව කියන දේ, equality කියන දේ, you learn that quality from your parents and adults, right? දෙමව්පියන් වගේ බඩේ කියන්නේ පුංචි කාලේ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා මේක නෙදී, right? Next one. You spend most of your life with your members of your family. ඉතින් වැඩිමනක් කාලය ගත කරන්නේ දෙමව්පියොත් එක්ක පවුලත් එක්ක. In the same way that the members of your family contribute a lot towards your upbringing and welfare, පුතේ වගේ අභිවෘද්ධියට ගොඩක් ඒගොල්ලෝ දායක වෙනවා, right? ඔගේ ආපෑත්මට welfare means ආපෑත්ම. You too must help them whenever possible. ඔයත් උදව් කරන්න ඕනේ හැකි අවස්ථාවල. Clear? You too must help them to fulfill their needs by giving them love and kindness. ආදරේ දීලා යාලට සේනම් දීලා කරුණාවෙන් සලකලා helping each other when working as a team. එකිනෙකාට උදව් කරන්නත් ඕනේ, right? By controlling your stress. ඔයාගේ ආර්ථික පාලනය කරගෙන without being a burden to others. අනිතර වදයක් වෙන්න පාන්තිල කියනවා, right? Last paragraph. Maintaining your emotional balance when you work with the other members of the family will help to enhance happiness. පුතේ අනිත් අතට වැඩ කරනකොට if you can maintain your emotional balance මේ චිත්‍රයක පාලනය කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම්, right? The problems will be minimized in the family. පවුල තුල අර්බුද අඩු වෙනවා, right? And enhance happiness සතුට ඇති වෙනවා. Unity, it will improve unity එකතුකම වැඩි වෙනවා. And welfare within the family පවුල තුල සුසාදනය අහිනවා. යහපැවැත්ම වැඩි වෙනවා. It is important to understand others' ideas and act patiently. තව කෙනෙක්ගේ අදහස් තේරුම් අරගෙන we have to act patiently. අපි ඉවසීමෙන් වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. Respect others' points of view. තව කෙනෙක් මොනවා හරි කියපුවාම don't insult them, don't argue with them. Try to understand what they are saying. පොඩක් බලන්න මොකද මේ කියන්නේ කියලා, right? Respect others' points of view. අනිත් අයගේ පුතේ මෙන්න මේ අනිත් අයගේ මෙන්න මේ අපි කියනවා respect others' points of view. මෙන්න මේ මතවලට කරු කරන්න ඕනේ. And take correct decisions. හරි තීරණ ගන්න කියනවා. Discuss with your parents when you come across problematic situations and when a member of the family faces a problem. Help them to solve it. Okay, if you are undergoing a problematic situation, you have to get the help from parents. They're not taking without labaran, right? And if a family member is suffering from a problem, you have to help them, right? Listen to their problems and grievances on the savan, right? When you have financial problems, the whole family must work together as a team. ආර්ථික දුෂ්කරතා આવොත් මුළු පවුලම එකට වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. When you will be able to solve the problem successfully. This will enable you to maintain peace, happiness, good good moral and standards within the family, right? That means if you solve the problems in the family, if you can maintain the goodwill in the family, you can maintain the peace, happiness, and good morals standards in the family, right? අපි කියනවා මේ සාමය, සතුට, සාර ධර්ම මේ හැමදේම පවත්වා ගන්න පුළුවන් පවුලක් තුළ, right? If you can manage these problems, right? Then children, last part, the way you acted in various situations in your home, whether they were successful or not, then පවුලක හැසිරෙන විදිය නිසා. ඒක හරි හෝ වැරදි වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Whether they were successful or not could be discussed later. පස්සේ සාකච්ඡා කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙහෙම කරපු එක හරියද වැරදිද නේද? It will prepare you to face such problems better in future. අනාගතේ දවසක නොවෙන්න බලපාන කියලා කියනවා. Right, children? Then on next day we can start the new lesson. Let us stress the rules, regulation, and ethics in sport. Then children, I think the lesson is for you. Right? Then children, those who were absent in the last day, please cover the rest part through the recordings. Recordings will cover. Recordings please cover these recordings properly. Recordings miss right? We have to keep a target at Piagamu. Let's get marks over 85 for all the subjects. Not only for my subjects, for all the subjects, right? Target clear? That's all for today. Then I'm going to write up the class. Then have a nice day and goodbye all. Good night. See you on next day. Bye bye.